And boom, here we go, guys. Saturday morning, bright and early. Few minutes late to the start here, 5:19 a.m. in the morning for me. Stayed up after 11 o'clock last night, so a little bit rough around the edges today, folks, but that's great. It's Colin here over at Inside Cycling World. Boom, boom time, guys. Let's go. The race is already on right now. Let me just get back in there. I'm supposed to have this set up better for you every day. It's getting smoother, I think. Here we go. Dawn, first dude in the mix. Good morning, dudes. Good morning to all dudes out there who are joining us in the live chat today, guys. Guys, I just got to say yesterday, how good was that live chat yesterday? How good was the live chat? So many good comments. Robbie was here. All the normal dudes are here. Dawn, Doug, everyone was here. Doug's here already today too. Good morning, y'all. Don saying, my mind says, fortunately I may take this win, but my heart wants Isaac Del Toro to get the victory. Rooting for cycling and this channel. Dude, I know you are, Don. Dream is in the mix today. She's up bright and early this morning. Hello. Bonjour, bonjour. Let's get it on. Shaka Khan, you got it, Don. You got it. Okay, guys, race is already on. It actually started at 5:13 this morning, or 5:12 this morning, a.m. my time. I puts it at 1:12 in the afternoon. Already a scorcher out there. If I take a look at the weather right now during the race, we should get it. It's already 32 degrees Celsius out there. Yeah, this is going to be a brutal ride, guys. Brutal ride. Let me pull this up for you here. And I'm still just finicking around here with my setup, guys. Okay, that looks good. What I got to do is bring that down a bit more, get all caught up. I just need to see the bottom of my stream there. And which I can't see this. Oh, let me guess what's going on here. Top chat. We want live chat. Top chat's good, but live chat's better. So just a quick poll, guys. GC winner, Isaac Del Toro, Giulio Pellizzari, Lorenzo Fortunato, or other. Other could be Leo Bissot. He's in the front right now. I'm sure Decathlon's going to defend this thing to the death. Leo Bissot, he's 20 years old. He's a newcomer. Why don't we take a look at the actual GC right now? Take a look at the actual GC here. Now, guys, Leo Bissot here. 20. Been World Tour rider for 1 year. This is his first year as a World Tour rider. He went from club rider, then to a Continental team, which is a Decathlon AG2R Le Mondial development team. First year World Tour Pro. 58 kilograms, 1.81 meters. Over here on Pro Cycling Stats, these little bars, these specialities, are all attributed to his results from all his racing. And he's definitely a climber. This guy is a climber slash GC rider. Climber hills, GC rider. It's saying his sprint is non-existent, essentially. His TT is, that's obviously not his specialty when he's 58 kilograms. Climber. So, are you saying there's a chance? Are we saying there's a chance? Possibly. So, let's get right into this one, guys. Right now, I want to show you some more insanity today here. So, over in Pro Cycling Stats here, this is the homepage. Next to finish, this little spot here. Tour of Shekerland is on right now. That's stage 2. Tour of Poland, stage 6. I think they finish tomorrow. Vuelta y Burgos, this race, my favorite race right now. Stage 5, we finished today. There's also the Arctic Race of Norway. They're on stage 3 out of 4. They'll be finishing that tomorrow. Then we have another race called Abel Themister Stavelot. It looks like a Belgian race. Trying to figure out what that is. It's a 2.1 race, short. And I'm noticing it gets an M, it looks like an MJ classification category. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, men's junior. That's going to be a men's junior race there. So Young Guns. Another one I'm watching, because we also got the Vuelta Colombia going on. They're on stage 9. I haven't looked at that race for 1 second yet, to be honest. The Guadalupe race here. Looks like a French race. This guy here, though, the Vuelta of Portugal. 86 running at the Volta of Portugal. So the Vuelta, the Tour of Portugal. It's a 2.1 race. Unfortunately, we have no live stats for it. Looks like an awesome race. Kind of know one of the teams that's there. Project Echelon is there racing, and they have a rider. Ooh, I'd have to pull his name up here right away. I don't want to even guess at his name. I think he's placed 26 overall, though. Check this out. Giulio Palazzari, one of the first stats I'm seeing here today, can score his 25th individual top 10 result on the road today. I can definitely see that happening. Yep, great chat. Dogs, drum. Oh, dude, there's everything here. We've got it all going on here. It's this Queen stage. Let's go. Absolutely, guys. So this one's going to be tough. 138.3 kilometers. Now, this climb here, Lagunas de Neila, I'm sure it's a Neila. You wouldn't say Neila. De Neila. It climbs up to a series of lakes, lagunas, at the top of this mountain. There's probably 5 or 6 different little lakes up there. It's kind of the traditional finish to Vuelta a Burgos. Now, however, it has been used a lot at Vuelta Femenine as well. So last rider to actually win at a pro level on this course, up this climb, was Demi Vollering. So it was used, I think, as the Queen stage. It was stage 5 as well. And I got to imagine, I'd have to take a look back. Dream probably remembers this. Dream, was this the last stage for the women at the Vuelta Femenina? Was it that short? Traditionally, it's the last stage for Vuelta a Burgos. Not always, but if Bissot defends the mountains versus Palazzari and Del Toro, he is suddenly the third best GC rider after Poggi Jonas, not taking into account his TT. Yeah, I mean, guys, you look at his stats. I'm going to go back to Leo Bissot right now. This dude here, he's new. He's younger than Del Toro. Del Toro is 21. So he turned that last year. So Del Toro's almost 22. Okay, he's coming up on 22, right? Later this year, just in a few months. Leo Bissot here, he turned 20 just in February. So he won't be 21 until next year. You can see his stats here. Vuelta a Burgos. He is an explosive climber too. Yeah, we're going to learn more about this guy along the way. San Sebastian Classic, got 14th place. He did have a DNF at the Men's Road Race Championships. You know, had a nice placement at Tour de Suisse against all the pros. He's got 35th place there. Like, I mean, come on. This guy is going somewhere, I believe. Basque Country earlier in the year, got 25th. There was a time trial there too. Like, time trial is not his thing, and that's fine. We can't, all riders can't do everything. So we'll jump out of Leo for a bit. We'll come back here. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. We will take a look at the stage right away here, guys. Okay, so they are out on course. They've covered 12 kilometers so far. Right off the rip, they're almost doing 46 kilometers an hour with Lidl Trek pulling the peloton. Who do you think that's for? Mr. Giulio Ciccone. Giulio Ciccone is 16th overall, 136 down. So do they really think he's going to shatter them? He's the best placed Lidl Trek rider I'm seeing at the moment. Yeah, I guess maybe their goal is we're going to go for stage 1. That's all I can see. They're not realistically thinking we're going to break everyone and get a 136 lead and win. I can't see it. Yeah, so Leo Bissot, Palazzari. So that's why on my poll, I was going to put a Leo Bissot, but I just said other. So if you've got another pick for other, tell me who it is. Is it Leo? Is it someone totally different? What about this Andrew August dude? What about him? I just dropped a comment in my Discord. Hey guys, keep an eye out for this, guys. I bet you most people have never heard of this name before. Andrew August. 9th place overall right now. 40 seconds down. 19 years old. So basically out of high school for 1 year. He's classified as a climber, GC rider. And you can see his Palmares right now are really good. Really good. Just look at his last year here, Tour of Austria. He was 5th overall. 3rd in the points. 12th in the mountains. Stages 1, 2, and 3, he was right there at the top. Top 10, actually top 10 on 4 stages at the Tour of Austria. Tour de Suisse, 49th overall. Tour of Norway, 46th overall. Tour of the Alps, 42nd overall. So pretty solid. Really, really solid. Awesome performances here by Andrew August. Dogs are going nutty upstairs. Okay, yes, if Demi won stage 5, I think the last stage. Second was Marlon Reusser for Movistar, and then Anna Vanderbruggen for SD Works. SD Works, am I right? Yeah, SD Works team is just absolutely packed with superstars. That is one powerhouse team. Okay, guys, 18 people watching now. Let's power this up. So glad I decided to do this race, guys. Really glad. I know I don't have all my tools I had before, but we just got to keep pushing on. And, you know, besides me and making the stream better, getting more slick at this. But, you know, I'm calling. I'm rough around the edges, guys. I am very rough around the edges. Just kind of fly by the seat of my pants. It's saying there is 7 riders in a break right now. 7 riders in a break. No names are given yet. 20 seconds back is the peloton. So this is an uphill grind essentially all day long. Anything when we're going downhill, we just got to fight our way back out of it. We're going up all the way. There will be some drops. Ruakers, Ostaloza, Kerbach, Bunal, Lubus, Marcus, Cavalar completes top 10. That would have been for Vuelta Feminine. I know I can watch all that. Probably going to go back and watch that for next year anyways. And plus just also want to learn more about women's cycling. Okay, in the front group right now, guys, we've only got 4 riders identified out of the 7. Nico Denz, Samuel Bastia, Fabian Weiss, and Juan Albert Riera. It's kind of funny. There's a guy that used to be here in the channel all the time. I think he hasn't been here since the women's tour, the Femmes, Fred Weiss. So, Fred, you're missing out on a great race here. So, we got 6 riders identified now. Let's take a look at them. Juan Albert's continental level rider here. These guys are always in the mix. Pink should be EF here. EF Education, Samuel Battistella. Take a look at this dude here. Oh, he's already had second. 2 times he's got second on a stage at the Vuelta España. So, obviously, he got some good World Tour racing under his belt. We're going to bounce on here. Nico Denz. We've all heard that name before like a billion times. Been around quite a while now. Since 2015 as a World Tour pro. Been with AG2R, Team DSN, who's now Picnic Post NL. Then went to Bora Hansgrohe. It's been there for 3 years, it looks like. Got a nice Palmares there. Roger Adria. He's back. So Red Bull's on the move, guys. Red Bull is on the move. Roger Adria won stage 1. Won stage 1 and held the jersey, the purple jersey, I think for at least 2 days, I would believe. 2 days. Leo took it on the 3rd day. Nothing changed yesterday, essentially. Except just, you know, the top 5 kind of stayed the same. Lower ranked riders were bouncing around everywhere. Now he's sitting, I think he's pretty far down now. He's going to bounce out here. But so Red Bull's on the move with Nico Denz. Nico Denz and Roger Adria. Already pushing early in the day. Oh, Nans Peters. I remember this guy's name. Tour de France one year. He was all over the place. Might have only been last year. So what does it say? Yep, he has won a stage at the Tour de France. 2020 it says. Stage at the Giro d'Italia. Well, dude, you need a stage at the Vuelta now to do that all up. So he's done the Vueltas here. He did the Tour de Suisse, 4 days of Dunkirk, and just a schwack of early season 1-day races here. You know, he's basically racing, yeah. Every week or every second weekend he's racing Liège-Bastogne-Liège, 4 days of Dunkirk. Sorry guys, a little bug in my throat there. Yeah, so Demi won stage 5. That, guys, having the coffee this morning. Went to Walmart yesterday. Went into system shock here. Ooh, so Jose Maria Garcia has abandoned the race. Now, kind of funny. Well, not funny, but this guy was in the break a few days. Continental level rider. I'm seeing here that there's 2 riders there. Oh, there's the crash. I was gonna say when I see 2 riders abandoning at once, I'm thinking crash. So yeah, it just says these riders were involved in a crash. Vandermeulen and Garcia, and they both just abandoned the race. So that is, hopefully they're okay. You never know, it could be just, we hit the road so hard, it's hot, it's gross. I'm so far down in the standings, and this is a brutal day ahead. Might be hard to get back on the bike at that point. There was another rider up the road, Juan Albert Riera. He was in that group of 7 in the breakaway. He's been caught by the peloton already, so they're right on top of them, guys. You can see here, it's like virtually no separation. Okay, so right now, Roger Adria in the break is 149 back. He's the best place rider in the break right now. So, in a fluke chance, here's your 0.01% chance of this happening. Roger Adria goes on a huge breakaway, gets a huge lead, wins the GC today. It's not going to happen. Everyone else is so far behind that the peloton is willing to let this break go a little bit. Fabian Weiss is 13 minutes back. Nans Peters, 16. Samuel Battistella, 20 minutes. And Nico Denz is over 31 minutes back right now. Okay. Don, if you can't rest and recover from a crash, it's difficult to start the next day. Yeah, I think these two crashed on the road, though. So there was an early crash today, and we got a third guy abandoning the race. So there was a pretty nasty crash, it looks like. And it hasn't even been mentioned here. Yeah, there's no mention of the crash here earlier on. There was just a ton of attacks off the front. I'm just going back through all the stats here, guys. Weather forecast out there. Ooh, yeah. Guys, it's going to be windy at the back end of the race. Wind speed 24, 25 kilometers an hour, gusting up to 40. So probably when we're climbing up towards that finish line, it's going to get pretty windy. Current temperature is 31 degrees. So they didn't actually mention the crash. They just said these riders were involved in a crash. They mentioned 2. Now I'm seeing 3 abandonments from the race. So Lucas Eriksson here for Two-Door Pro Cycling, just abandoned. Got to think he was involved in the crash too, scraping his way down the road and realized I can't finish this today. So that's unfortunate. 3 riders and 1 crash out. I'm going to say right now, I think this race has been super safe. Outside of day 1, when Del Toro took down Ciccone, I think that's about the only crash I've seen so far. The cyclists have managed to stay upright the entire time. Okay, let's let this settle, guys. Let's let this settle. 17 seconds separating the 2 groups. We've got 4 climbs on tap today. Alta del Cerro at about about a third of the way into the race. Just over halfway, we got the Alta del Arroyo. We are passing through a time sprint point, 3:21 seconds here at Huerta del Abajo. That one's a weird one there too. The next climb coming up, it's a category 1. Very, very short wall. It's 3.3 kilometers. Well, that's not very short, but to be a category 1 and only 3 kilometers long, it's going to be really steep. And that one is 3.3 kilometers, averaging 9.7% gradient. Very steep. This is another one where it's deceptive. They're climbing all the way through that sprint point. It's going to climb all the way, probably up to another mini wall that's probably a category 3. They're going to drop down and then hit this huge wall. Another huge descent to the valley, and then the HC climb, the Especial climb, up to Lagunas de Neila. Don Senior, ugh, they didn't show anything. It's like having a crash in NASCAR without showing it. Yeah, dude, they didn't mention anything. Again, I don't have my video feed yet. We've got 22 people watching right now. I know it's early Saturday morning, guys. Let's get it on. We're here to rock. That's what we're here to do, folks. Dragged myself out of bed. I was struggling this morning, guys. Probably on about 4 hours of solid sleep right now. Oh, dogs are going crazy upstairs. Sounds like Joey's chasing dogs. They're all real feisty this morning. Oh, it sounds like Puppy has something she doesn't want. He's been told he's a bad dog. 26 in now, guys. So we covered almost 21 kilometers. Average speed at this point, 46.5 kilometers an hour. Guys, that's got to be probably one of our highest average speeds this entire race. I believe so. For the first hour anyways, they're just absolutely rocking it right now. So riders are trying to go off the brakes. This is the last day to win anything. So currently the situation is 5 riders in the front group, 1 rider in the second group that hasn't been identified yet. That'll probably be one of the riders out of the original 7 that's just kind of hanging out back there. And then it's Nico Denz. Seeing here now, it is Nico Denz. Nico Denz is struggling to hold on. and they've been caught. It just happened right here. We just saw it on screen. The attackers have been caught right now. So the 7 riders that went out front became 6. Nico Denz dropped it down to 5. They swamped them all. It's on, guys. Average speed now just quickly jumped to 49.9 kilometers an hour. The peloton is not messing around today, guys. It's going to be a super hard race today. This early part of the race may shatter the dreams later of other riders. You know, man, I feel really good. I feel really good. If I can just make it to the last climb, this is my mindset. If I can just make it to the last climb, I'm going to attack. Yeah, but not if they destroy you in the first 3 hours of the race. They keep the pace so high. Again, more attacks going off the front here. Just attack after attack after attack. I'm going to turn my flow bikes on just in case the cycling gods that be decided, hey man, we're going to give you the entire feed. They don't. This entire race should be covered. This is quality racing, guys. Let me just get this set up here for you and get everything rocking and rolling. Okay, that's going to power on. We are powered on. Okay, everything looks good now. Get back to Vuelta Burgos. We're going to watch this. Pull that up. Okay, so what do we got? Wow, it's crazy right now. Actually, I've got coverage of the Tour of Poland. I've got coverage of the Arctic Race of Norway. It looks like at the Arctic Race of Norway, they're doing some climbs today. They started extra early today. Usually, Arctic Race of Norway wouldn't have started the coverage till an hour after the Vuelta coverage starts today. So, weird how they're doing that. It looks like they're climbing straight up out of fjord. I think I'm going to watch that one. That one's going to be on in the background, guys. They are. They're doing a pretty awesome climb here. Just going to let that load up. Keep an eye. Oh, look at this again. Nico Denz has gone back on the attack again. So now says 5 riders with a small gap, which it is showing 5. Nico Denz, Matisse Passions, however you say that. Dutch rider here, 29 years old for Bahrain Victorious. Oh yeah, Arctic Race of Norway, crazy. Those fjords set up some pretty awesome climbs up the categorized climbs. You're going from sea level straight up. Switchbacks everywhere. So that's kind of fun to watch. Yeah, super early coverage today over there. They probably just want the stage to finish sooner today. I will back up. Again, guys, Andrew August, we talked about him yesterday. This guy is super impressive to me. 57 kilos. He's a climber. Let's take a look at him in the actual GC right now. Oh, he's 8th overall. I said 9th. So here is the best place Ineos Grenadiers rider, sitting ahead of his captain, Egan Bernal. And, you know, right now, he's tied. 5th through 8th position are tied on the same time. So there's going to be a battle here as well. There's going to be battles for all these positionings. All these placings lead to UCI points. So he will be fighting for it. He will be fighting for it all the way. Okay, more riders showing up now. So Nico Denz, Matisse Passions, Carlos Garcia Purnia. Here is the king of the mountains right here, guys. Carlos Garcia Purnia was on the break all day long. Day 1. Ended up finishing 71st overall. Yeah, he was in that huge attack on day 1. There's a little stat here. They went 161 kilometers in the break before the peloton caught them. So, massive breakaway day 1. Why don't we take a look at those stats here? We'll go with virtual. Should I do that? Actual GC. If I look at this, that just gives me the GC. We'll go with mountains right now. This is the real GC right now. So Garcia Purnia, 24 points. Gorka Sorin, I remember him. He was in a huge breakaway too for Caja Rural. That would have been a couple days ago, I believe. Leo Basso gets 17. Javier Ibanez, he has 14 from day 1. Dries de Bont was in a big breakaway too. So a lot of these points were just breakaway groups allowed up the road. What's on tap today? Alto del Cerro, we have 6 points. 6 at Arroyo. Then we have... that's hard to see. That little wall is worth 16 points, that category 1. And then the Especial, 30 points at the end, guys. 30 points. So... Carlos Garcia Pena could get 0 points today out on the road. Someone could just take one climb at the end and get the King KOM. That could happen. Technically possible. So he is in the break. He just needs to secure a few points. He needs to get in this break, get some points on the first climb and the second climb. Basically, get more than 30 points. Because whoever wins the final leg today, the final climb, is probably going to be the King of the Mountains as well. Probably going to be King of Mountains. Let me just have a sip of coffee here, guys. I was looking at a stat yesterday, and I can't remember the rider's name. I wanted to remember this for you guys. 28 riders watching now. I think it was someone... what stat was it? You know how this year it was like, oh my, Poggy's wearing 3 jerseys at once. Oh my God, it's incredible. It was an older race, and whoever it was wore 5 jerseys at once. Who was it? I'm trying to remember that right now. It's not Alex Stida. I was looking at Alex Stida again. First North American / first Canadian to ever wear the yellow jersey at the Tour de France. First ever. Was not Greg LeMond. Someone brought it up in my Discord, and I knew more about it. He only held the yellow jersey for half a day. And he didn't win a stage to get the yellow jersey. In that stage, they did a two stages in one day. And it wasn't stage 1 of the tour either. So back then, stage 1 was actually stage 0. It was a prologue. I think it might have been a couple stages in. So they had a road race in the morning, and they had a time trial in the afternoon. Team time trial in the afternoon. So they had a shorter road race. Robert, hello from Oregon. Colin, looking rested, strong, and ready to attack. Yes, I am, Robert. I am strong and ready to attack the day. That's what it seems like every day. Yesterday, it seemed like I never stopped moving. Never stopped moving. Something going on all day yesterday. Would have done Arctic race, but I had to go to town. Pick up supplies, get foods for the animals, bring them home. I did a ride yesterday. Short one, 20K ride over on Zwift yesterday. We'll be doing that again today. So Alex Stida. He won the yellow jersey in the morning based on time bonuses. They had a weird stage. It must have been a criterium of sorts. Maybe it was like, not a criterium in a conventional sense, like you go 3 blocks, turn, and then, like, I think it might have been a loop race, a circuit race. And they had lots of time bonuses. So he won, I think he was 6th or 7th overall, but his time bonuses put him into the yellow jersey. So it was the first North American / Canadian to ever wear the yellow jersey at the Tour de France. Team time trial, I think, was only 3 hours later, and he lost it that afternoon. So he got to wear the yellow jersey for 3 hours. 30 people watching now, guys. 29 people here. Okay, looking good, guys. In the attack right now, we've seen this guy before too. I can't say his name. How do you say Tina X? We talked about that. It's Ch. Is it Choman? Yeah, because we talked about Gecko. It's Getcho. So this guy's name is Choman. Choman Waristi from Spain. Euskadi is in the attack, guys. Then we have Samuel Zoccarato, Italian rider here of Polti Visit Malta. This team really stands out on the course to me. Like, it's very easy to see their jerseys, which I appreciate. I forget who it is. Maybe it's Robert who says it all the time. Like, they really got to do a better job with the jerseys. Carlos Garcia Pena. So this guy is just out for points. He will do everything possible if they're allowed to get the first 6 points here. That gives him 30. That means the last place rider. So what would happen in that case? Let's say he has 30 points over that Cat 3 and doesn't get one other point. And then someone gets 30 points on the last one. My understanding is that it goes to the last rider to get the most recent point. So someone with 0 points right now could just wear the KOM jersey. So I was talking about Alex Stida there wearing that. There was another rider, I believe it was, and it was in my brain yesterday, and I wanted to tell you this, relating to Poggy wearing 3 jerseys. This rider wore every jersey. He had 5 jerseys at once. I think it was just the type of stage. There was like sprint points on it. There was a KOM point on it. There was everything on it. Won the stage, got everything. So I thought that was pretty cool. Wearing 5 jerseys at once. So it was young rider, GC, points, KOM, and overall. So that tells me it was a rider from yesteryears, if you want to call it that, when they used to do like a combination jersey. The green jersey was kind of a sprinter's jersey. It's changed again now. So in the past, there used to be a jersey that was a bit of yellow, a bit of white, a bit of green, a bit of red, and a bit of polka dots. It was kind of like the combination rider's jersey. We are going past the Villa Romana de Santa Cruz, Roman villa, from the 4th and 5th, between the 4th and 6th centuries was built here. Wow. Yeah, the Romans here, they killed it way back when. Like just everything they invented and developed, aqueducts. Gap between the brake and the peloton is slowly increasing. Well, it's rapidly increased, guys. It's out to 2 minutes 11 seconds here. So little storytelling time. We've had 2 minutes break. Their up front highest place rider is Carlos Garcia Pernia. So he's on a mission today here for Burgos BH. Started out on day 1. Can he wrap it up on day 5 of Vuelta a Burgos? More coffee, guys. More coffee. Yeah, so anyways, I was going to say that too. Went to the store yesterday after the stream. Go to the Walmart. Coffee. Guys, coffee is so expensive right now. And I think it's expensive all in North America. It's the stupid tariffs that are going on between our countries. And for whatever reason, coffee is included. Guess what? Guess what? Canada and the US, neither of us produce coffee. But so if you go online, why have coffee prices increased? Just Google that. They'll give you all this garbage reasoning behind it. It'll say production demand, supply demand. Of course, they throw climate change in too, right? They throw that in every time. Not being political, just saying. That's in the articles I read. And then there's a bunch of other brand new articles that come up as of July 10th. I think they're like, it's the tariffs. So both our countries have these reciprocal tariffs on each other right now. This is Canada and the US, guys, on a product that neither of us make. So they said coffee prices have increased by 25%. I'm like, no, try double. Try double. So I'm looking at coffee. I'm like, why is the coffee thing I usually buy that's once in a while? So I like my dark coffees. There's a crappy brand, like, guys, there's different brands, right? But Tim Hortons coffee right now, a big container is over $30. Used to be like $18. The cheapo Maxwell House, you can get a nice dark roast of that. I used to be able to get that at Walmart for like $8.97 or something. Now it's $20. It's doubled in price. So next time when you go to the store, take a look at coffee prices. Insane. So you know what I did yesterday? I bought instant coffee yesterday, guys. I'm not paying those prices for coffee when it's not a worldwide shortage. It's not. It's a stupid tariff that just directly affects the consumers of both countries. And in that case, it's one of those things where the governments are just pocketing the money because neither of our countries make that product. We don't grow coffee. Anyways, enough of that. Points, screen, time, yellow, mountains, polka dots, youth, white. Yeah, and this one is all different from that, Don. Leader's jersey in this one is purple. Even at the Vuelta, the red jersey, it never used to be the red jersey. So what's interesting to know about it, okay, so I did some research on it. Way back when, they did have one of the original jerseys was like a red jersey with a white stripe, I believe, at La Vuelta. Started in 1935. So it's the third of the Grand Tours. I think it's the hardest. You can look at the climbing. It always has the most climbing. It still does this year too. Then they switched more to the conventional yellow jersey. I think just to kind of follow what the Tour de France was doing. It was more recognizable. Then in 1975, they actually introduced the red jersey. Actually, was it 1975? Okay, I'll have to research that today. But the leader's jersey for La Vuelta a España is a red jersey. For quite a while before that, it was technically a yellow jersey. So if you ever see footage, which is hard to find of La Vuelta from the past, it's very hard to find a good book on La Vuelta. Yeah. Get my drift. Thinking about that. Thinking about doing some good research on La Vuelta. And yeah, so it was a yellow jersey. Then it became a red. Robert, just got back from Winco 24-hour grocery shopping at 3 a.m. Indeed, coffee up $3 a pound from a couple weeks ago. Yeah, Robert, and it's the dumbest one. Like, one, the tariffs are dumb. Really dumb. But it's a tariff on a product that neither of our countries make. So, what? Huh? So basically, there's a tax, there's a tariff, which is a tax put on a product that neither of our countries are making. And then that tariff gets collected by the government. And what do they do with the money? What are they doing with that money? So we're just paying more for coffee now, and our government's just going to go, well, whatever. Not political, guys. Just, I'm not a fan of governments. I'm sure most people aren't. Yeah, Dream, isn't coffee staple food like rice and bread? Yeah, exactly. There should be the lowest cost out there. You want your employees to show up to work. You want your people not to riot. Give them their coffee. Give me liberty or death or something, or coffee. Okay, I was going to start commentating on the Arctic Trail race in Norway here. There's a guy on the break right now. Okay, don't look at that one, Colin. 33.7 kilometers done. Speeds came back down now. So the speed quickly ripped up to 49.9 kilometers an hour earlier as they were pulling back those brakes. There's been a break get established here now. Ooh, interesting too. Very interesting too. This guy must have been sneaking up there and got into the break. There was 5 earlier. Matteo Moschetti, the sprinter. The sprinter for Q36.5. What do you guys think he's up to? So Matteo Moschetti got second on stage 2. That was an awesome sprint finish. Moschetti, yeah, I forget all their names right now. Milano was there as well, and the Astana rider. Who was the Astana rider? Well, we can figure that out real quick. Let's do that, guys. So we're going to look at Matteo Moschetti here. We're going to go to stage 2. Maluselli. There was 2 Matteos there. Matteo Moschetti, Matteo Maluselli. Like, these guys are so fast. And the acceleration out of this Maluselli guy was, like, phenomenal. He kind of waited, and then just... he was... I'm sure at the finish line, he was technically going faster than Moschetti. Just Moschetti was ahead of him on the road, crossed the finish line first. That Maluselli guy was still accelerating. So that was a really good sprint finish there. Okay, so we've got 6 riders in the break, 2 minutes 14 seconds over some of these early early bumps in the day, I should say. Yeah, so coffee, we're getting ripped off on coffee right now. Dawn, I should do that. Dawn, it's something, I've done something like before, so over on the GRC Discord. So guys, I have 2 Discords. One's for Team GRC stuff, one's for Inside Cycling World stuff. I kind of keep them separate, but also I kind of like, they're both my Discord, so I just do what I want. I kind of wanted to keep all my race commentaries separate. GRC would be just for the racing side, over inside. We have the charcuterie board. So basically, it became charcuterie. Now it's gelato, drinks. Just post a picture of what you had for supper. What was your post-ride recovery thing? And so I do rides with these people. They show me what they're eating afterwards. Smoked salmons and cheeses and, just the fanciest foods. And then I've got a pack of Pop-Tarts. Just like full recovery foods. Look at this. Choman Jarosty is born on the day that Eric Zabel won Tour de France Stage 17. What year was that? That is crazy. So Choman Jarosty has to be... Wow, he's 30 actually. That's how long ago Eric Zabel was. Eric Zabel. Everyone remember that name? Let's take a look at Eric Zabel while we're here. Wow, he's 55 now. 55 years old in his Milram jersey. Oh my... So started out in Team Telekom, Deutsche Telekom. Ooh, he was on Team Telekom for a long time. I think this guy won a ton. 6 times green jersey winner. 6 times. So what's the actual record? What's the most green jersey wins at the Tour de France? 8 times stage winner at the Vuelta of España. 12 stages at the Tour de France. He won 3 Paris Tours. 4 Milano San Remos. That's a monument, guys. Big points there. 8 stages at the Tour de Suisse, 7 at Tirreno Adriatico. Wow. Oh, also won 3 times green jersey points at the Vuelta a España. Wow. And look at all the second place stages. He had, okay, this is the Tour de France only, guys. At the Tour de France, he finished second 22 times. So obviously all sprint stages. That's what he was. Wow. I just wanted to look at that, guys. I think it's pretty fun. Eric Zabel, that's from the past, guys. A little bit of history here on the channel, too. Yeah, so Dawn, we can't do that. I will open up the coffee addict section. Coffee and croissant. How about that? Or Timbits, donut holes. Just post some stuff in there. Actually, I really like YouTube goodies. I have that in there, too. People just post stuff that's on YouTube where you can watch, like, someone finds a cool old Western to watch or a good old cycling video. So we will do that. Dawn's recovery food are bananas, coconut water, and other fruits. I do drink a lot of coconut water now when I'm walking around like a zombie after a ride. Okay, guys, still sitting stagnant here. 6 riders in the front. Troman, Samuel, Mateo, Carlos, Matisse, and Nico Denz at the front. They got a 2-minute and 14-second gap right now on the group chasing them. Okay, so they've covered 37 kilometers. Average speed still looking good here at 45.6 kilometers to go. Guys, look at the elevation to go. Ooh. 2,300 meters of climbing still to do. Like, that's insane. That last climb alone, they're going to climb, well, you quickly do the math, 6.5 kilometers at 9%. They're going to climb over 600 meters right there. Very close to 600 meters just in that last climb. Just over 6 kilometers. Yeah, so it's close to a 10% climb all the way. 9.1 is what it shows here. And the wall before it too. That's another tough one. To climb roughly 330 meters in 3.3 kilometers. A 10% gradient starting to get really tough. Don't forget to, after... Well, it's crazy. After the second climb of the day, the Category 3 Alto de Arroyo, come on, Colin, it climbs all day. There's little ups and downs, but you're on the climb all day long. There's a huge stretch there. So Alto de Arroyo comes at kilometer 80. It basically climbs continuously up to kilometer 115 to the second to last climb of the day, the Category 1. On the screen right now, you can't see we're 15 kilometers away from the start of Alta del Cerro. It's 5 kilometers at just under 4%. Really, it's not that hard of a climb. Tanaga is a gradual climb, low gradients at the beginning. I'd almost call that false flat. Under 3%, you're kind of looking false flat there. The climb, the big guys will have no problems hanging on here. A little bit tougher at the end over that final kilometer. I don't think anyone's going to make anything special happen there. Robertson here, my number one Eric Zabel memory is him celebrating at Milan San Remo and the great Oscar Ferrer nipping him at the line. Zabel won San Remo 4 times. Yeah, we just saw it in his stats. I don't remember that actual footage of that, of Oscar Ferrer. That must have been early 2000s then. Let's take back a look to Eric Zabel here. And I am looking at the very top of his results page. 4 times Milan San Remo. 97, 98, 2000, 2001. And plus the second place right there. And who knows how many others. Wow. So his last rate was 2008. Wow, that's a lifetime ago now. That is a lifetime ago. I'm just looking at this here right now. In his last year, he raced the Vuelta a España. Finished 49th. Take a look at this. Stage 12. They raced out of Burgos right there. So Burgos is like a town here in the valleys that's kind of like the departure point to all the mountains to the north and to the east. So you got the central system kind of to the southeast in places, and then just north you've got the Cantabrian Mountains. Guys, I'm going to become an expert on the Vuelta. Why not? Book's coming soon, guys. The book is coming soon. Watch, I just committed to writing a book. Wouldn't that be great? 32 people watching right now, guys. Let's pump this baby up. Drop a like if you can. What am I doing this week, guys? I don't know. I'm going to ask you guys, what should I do this week? What's coming up for me to cover? Well, what's coming up for me to cover? I can tell you. Why don't I go to the schedule here over on Flow? And I'll let you guys know. Wow, it's August. Here, I need my mic over here. I like my mic near me. So we've done San Sebastian. Well, it was already on. Tour of Poland's finishing up. We are now on day 5 of Vuelta a Burgos. Yep, showing it live. Well, it's right now we have Tour of Poland, day 6 out of 7. Arctic Race of Norway, day 3 out of 4. Vuelta a Burgos finishes today. Again, tune-up race for España. And guys, what's crazy about it too is that you don't realize how many good riders are. Quintana actually didn't start yesterday, I believe. I want to take a look at the actual GC. There's a ton of riders here. Will it give me the entire actual GC? I think it only goes down to 50. There's Larry Warbass from yesterday. I may have to go to the teams. Let me come to the teams here. Start list. Jai Hindley's in the race. So Jai Hindley is in this race. Looks like he got 32nd place yesterday. He's probably positioned pretty well in the overall standings right now. Actually, I think it shows here. So I think the first number is his placements in the stage. The second number is probably his overall. So he's 25th overall. Does that make sense? I'm going to check here. Yeah, Jai Hindley, 25th overall. So that's a really good name, just lurking. These are all riders that are getting ready for La Vuelta. That's 2 weeks today. Egan Bernal. I think Egan is like 9th or 10th. 10th place overall right now. He's preparing for La Vuelta. It's in here in his program. Next race is Vuelta a España. So he'll have 2 weeks to get ready for that. Byron Victorious. Just going through all the names here, guys. Fortunato. What's Fortunato doing after this? Fortunato is doing Vuelta a España. Currently sitting 4th overall. Okay, so we got him there. Who did we see for UAE here? Del Toro is not racing the Vuelta a España. Which you're most thinking, why wouldn't he? They already have Almeida and Ayuso going to it. Lee Del Trek. Ciccone is racing La Vuelta. So a tune-up race for him. And then he's doing Il Lombardia at the end of the year. That's a crazy one, guys. That's not till October. That is not until October. That is the last monument of the year. I think they call it the Race of the Fallen Leaves, I think is what it's called. Soudal Quickstep, Mikel Landa. I think he's doing La Vuelta. Went on a bit of an attack a couple of days ago. Got reeled back. He did look really good on his attack. I think he was just trying himself out. Remember, he did crash really bad at Giro. Was out. I think it's his back that's hurting him right now. Like it's kind of a chronic thing for him now. Leo Basso here for Decathlon. Wow, guess what, guys? This is his tune-up race for La Vuelta. You can see it here, his program on the right-hand side. What else does it say he's going to do? Oh, that's all it says right now. So he is signed up to do La Vuelta. Awesome to see that. They could probably put a really good team together. I think, well, you know what, guys? We're going to get to that. Some of these teams you're seeing here, these Pro Series teams, will be at La Vuelta. I know Q36.5 will be there. Tom Pidcock will be racing at La Vuelta. And others. Et al. Okay, guys, just 2 minutes, 16 seconds. So it's just eked out another couple seconds here. Best place rider. Ooh, that's interesting. This dude right here, like, this is a sleeper to me. Choman Waristi. Euskadel Euskadi. Oh, he was in a huge break as well. He was in a huge break. 152-kilometer break before the peloton caught them. He's currently 33rd overall. GC rider, TT specialist. Too bad we don't have a TT in this one. Too short of a race for a TT. This dude here, though, Choman, 2 minutes, 34 seconds behind. So he's getting very close to being virtual jersey right now. Virtual classification right now. You can see it right here on screen. I love this stat. This is such a cool stat. Really lets you see what's going on the course. So Choman Waristi has now jumped up 31 places overall in the standings. He's got 2 minutes and 16 seconds back on the peloton, on Leo Basso. That puts him 18 seconds behind right now. Again, this is all just virtual, guys, so the race would have to end right now for this to actually occur. Okay, Robert, the Zabel Milan Sanremo photo burned into my memory as my work PC wallpaper for years. Also used the moto crushing a fan behind Hincapie and Pereiro in a tour for years. The 89 World Cup finish, World Championship finish, great photos. 89, is that Greg? Is that the Greg LeMond photo? I know there's a picture of Greg LeMond at the World Championships. That is like the picture for me, where he's crossing the finish line, no helmets on. He looks jacked in the picture. I don't remember the moto crushing a fan behind Hincapie and Pereiro. So that would be George Hincapie and Oscar Pereiro. And that would have been probably circa middle 2000s, I would guess, like 04, 05, 06 or something like that. Just when I hear the name Pereiro, I know kind of when he was riding. 33 people here now, guys. I think this is a race a lot of people slept on, and literally probably sleeping on today in North America. Awesome race gear. Really good race. Lots of good scenery. And if I could show you more, I would. If I could see some video, I would let you know about that too. I always get excited when I see the video. And like I said, after this, I'll be starting to do a lot of detailed... I'm actually looking over here a lot, guys, right now. Just want to show you. I do have Colin's favorite food, Pop-Tarts. I got Pop-Tarts here. I'm tempted to eat it right now, but I won't. No eating on camera. Okay, guys, 2 minutes 16 seconds is still our gap. Not a lot of details coming through here right now. I think the race is just kind of sitting idle for now. They're probably absolutely dying out there in the heat. Weather right now at the race, 32.2 degrees Celsius, and they're saying it's going up to 34. So 34 degrees Celsius later today. That'll be probably like, what, 93, 94 degrees Fahrenheit? That's my guess. Slowly working our way up this little divot in the road. Just a small pimple. 234, Choman Waristi. Representing Euskadel Euskadi. Kind of the overall leader right now. What has he done? Okay. He's had a lot of performances at the Volta of Portugal, which is on right now. It's a 2.1 race. Stage race at the 0.1 level. So World Tour, Pro, 0.1, 0.2. That's how it goes. It's 10 stages. So it's kind of a big deal in Portugal. It's a race I don't know anything about. Maybe I'm going to follow along with it. I was going to say earlier, and you know what? I'm going to do that right now because we're here. What I can do is let me jump out of this. I do want to show this to you. I was looking at this last night because I get pictures. Eric Hill posts stuff. We're going to look at the stages here for this. They're only on stage 2. So yeah, you can see here. It's a 10-day race. 10 days. And they have a prologue. So it's 11 days. They have a prologue plus 10 stages. After stage 2, where is he? Right here. This dude. I was going to call him Haig. First name Kieran. Races for Project Echelon Racing. Let's take a look at Project Echelon Racing. Guys, I know, totally different race. Here's my background on Project Echelon Racing. They're a continental level team in the US. I think they might be the best ranked continental level team in the US. I'd have to figure out how to do that. Stacked with Americans here, a couple of Canadians. I know Laurent Gervais is at the Portugal race right now. So Project Echelon Racing, this is their race team. There's also Project Echelon. That's the foundation, charitable foundation that's been organized through the Project Echelon Management. They help disabled veterans get active again via Inside Cycling. So they have sponsors who set them up with bikes and bike training equipment. So, you know, guys that are sitting around going, what am I going to do with myself now? Military vets. And they get them riding bikes inside. Remember, not all disabilities are just, I guess what I would call, where you've lost use of your limbs. Some could be just you've been exposed to something, maybe traumatic head injuries, and you have no balance. So you really can't ride bikes outside, but you can do it inside. You can do it inside for sure. So they have an entire racing series over the winter. over on my Whoosh, and I do commentary for that during the wintertime. So they've asked me to do it again, and of course I said yes. So yeah, there's a cool race here. He's sitting 20th overall right now at this race. So this race here, a 2.1 race, if you look at the start list, you're going to start seeing it will be all continental level teams and maybe 1 or 2 pro level teams. So I'm going to do that right now before we even look at it. I've already said what it's going to be. Yeah, you can see here. These are teams I don't know. Okay, Israel Premier Tech Academy. Okay, we know Israel Premier Tech. Here's Project Echelon Racing. So these are dudes based out of the States and Canada that are now traveling all over Europe. It's hard being a cyclist, guys. You're never home. And all these other teams I don't know. I'm assuming a lot of these are, you know, strong Portuguese teams. They probably all have awesome histories and backgrounds. Like, look at this team here. Avaludo, Lulitana, Lula. No idea. But they probably have such a heritage behind them. Probably been going for years and years and years. Radio Popular, Credibomb, Team Skyline here. Then they have one Pro Series team, Cajural. Cajural Seguros is at the Burgos race. Anyways, guys, that's a bit of a sidetrack, but I just thought it's interesting to see all this racing that's going on all around the world. And that's a 10-stager. So let me get back into this one. Vuelta a Burgos. What am I looking at here? Okay. We want live stats. That was showing the did not finishes. That was from the crash earlier. I might get some highlights. I guess they're low lights of the crash once it comes on video. Dawn Strawberry Frosted Pops are the best. Next to S'more Pop Tarts. I don't think I've had a S'more one yet. Joey, get that on the grocery order, please. Okay, August 9th of last year. This is kind of a cool stat. Competitors that won on August 9th in the past. So I just want to see right away. Damien Howson. Damien Howson is at this race. Sometimes when they put these stats, I'm like, are they at the race Q36.5? 32 years old from Australia. Yeah, I remember the names. This name a lot from Team Bike Exchange and Mitchelton Scott. Orica. Wow, he's been around a long time. Yeah, basically racing World Tour he's been racing for 12 years now. So, total vet. Sitting in 43rd place overall right now. On this day, 1 year ago, he won Stage 4 at the Czech Tour. Sorry, not 1 year ago. In the past, 5 years ago, he won the Czech Tour. And he also won the general classification at the Czech Tour by winning that stage. And then Matteo Malicelli, wow, way back in 2015. So Matteo Malicelli, who finished second on Stage 2 10 years ago. Yeah, so right here, guys. This is awesome. He finished second on Stage 2 into Buñuel. Matteo Malicelli. 10 years ago, his win on this date was at the Vuelta a Portugal, the race that's also on right now. That was in 2015, and that was Stage 10 back then. It's just cool little stats about it. Okay, so we did do Alta del Cerro last year. It was Stage 5 of Vuelta a Burgos as well. So I think with the Vuelta a Burgos, it's very easy for them to do a lot of their local climbs. It's the Tour of Burgos, right? So they're doing all the stuff that's around them. 37 people watching now. Still got a gap, folks. Over 2 minutes. Down to 2:09 now, though. Have your expensive coffee. Have your coffee that's overly taxed for no reason right now. I don't grow coffee beans here. If I did, I would. If I could, I would. 2,200 meters of climbing still to go, guys. It's going to get harder and harder. I'm going to start looking at the time here pretty quick. Where's that phone? Okay, stream's not too far away. Tons of messages coming in. Just let me know, all my peeps, I'm busy. And there we go. More messages coming in, guys. Okay, great. Someone I know that was a geologist started a new job. How come I didn't? How come I didn't? You get forgotten about, folks. You lose your connections and you're done. That's where I'm at. And that's okay, because I'm here with you guys. Okay, guys. We're coming up on 50 kilometers done. Yeah, this starts getting scarier and scarier here now. I mean, we only have 90 kilometers to go. This is the shortest stage of the year at 138 kilometers with the most vertical climbing. So, ton of climbing coming up. The back, we're probably going to see stats pretty soon. Oh, here we go. Gap opened up. I just saw it pop up. I looked at this earlier. We were talking about it. Choman Waristi is now virtually leading the GC. He's popped up. I'll take a look at that here too. I've already did it earlier. Virtual classification. He is now the overall leader of the race. If the race ended right now. He's popped up from 33rd place overall to 32nd. And Waristi, Choman Waristi, is a GC rider. Says he's a pretty good climber. He's okay in the hills, probably the rolling hills. Sprint non-existent. He's not a sprinter. And he's a very strong time trialist. I'm going to take a look at that, see if I can see some TT results. Okay, so, not super spectacular at the Spanish Championship. But yeah, still 20th place. I'm just looking for other TT results here if I can see any pop up. 73rd in that one. So he must have a lot of really good time trial results from the past. Here's an 11th place at the Valencia race earlier in the year. That was a 34-kilometer time trial. Oh, that's getting to be a longer... Oh, that was a team time trial. Wow, you don't see those very often, guys. But where you do see them is at the Vuelta a España coming up this year. So I think it's just a quick little Vuelta talk. 4 stages in Italy. We start in Italy. Work our way into France. We actually ride the roads of France for a little bit. I think we're in the Alps, maybe the Dolomites. I'll have to take a better look at that. Transfer overnight. We end up in Andorra. And I think that day there's a time trial. I think there's a time trial on stage 5. So there's an early time trial and a later one. There's a team. I think the team time trial is 20K. I think that's the early one. And the individual time trial is 26K. I think we need like 55, 60 kilometer individual time trials to let riders like Choman Waristi show the others how it's done. We don't do that anymore. These time trials. And you know what? Having said that in the past too, they used to really do it in the past. So there was races in the past at all the Grand Tours that were heavily weighted towards the time trialists. Rides, years that didn't have tons of climbing, but they had tons of time trialing. So any of the games the climbers got, the time trials could take back. I'm probably okay with that. I think there's not enough time trialing now. So if you look at, say, La Vuelta this year, there's probably just ballparking, like close to the Tour de France, there's probably just under 3,300 kilometers of racing. There's only 46 kilometers of time trialing. And 26 kilometers of that are the only individual one, the one that can really hurt you or help you. 26 kilometers out of 3,300. There's a lot more climbing in there. So I think they need to up it. Not as much as in the past. In the past, they'd have times when it was 200 kilometers per year of time trialing. That would be like, one huge team time trial, a super long individual, and maybe a short one as well. So in that sense, all the small climbers back in the day when cycling was different, they really struggled. They would lose minutes upon minutes on those time trials. It's different now, though. Take a look at Jonas. Incredible time trialist, incredible climber. Same with Poggi. Okay, what is it showing here? This is an interesting stat too. The 10-year dropout in Vuelta a Burgos versus this year. So they're just saying this year... Okay, 10-year average. Is that a 10-year average? Just trying to read this. At the bottom, the X and the Y axis. So this year we're below average for people dropping out of the race. That's all I can take from that. The red line is this year. The green line is a 10-year average. Generally, we have more dropouts. And looking at the Y axis, we can have upwards of 20 riders dropping out. So... the x-axis is kind of funny to me. What is that? It's time, obviously, but... Okay, guys, back to it. 45 people now. People are getting up. You're in Spain, dude. You're on vacation there. Maybe you're from the UK. You don't speak a lot of Spanish. You're listening to Colin. I'm in Canada. This is Inside Cycling World. This is what I do. This is what I do. So anyway, guys, next week, we're just looking at this. It's 2 minutes and 38 seconds now. Let's just keep an eye on that. This week coming up. So today is the 9th, isn't it? The 10th, that's tomorrow. We have the Tour of Poland wrap up. The Arctic Race of Norway wraps up. August the 11th is a day off. So that's Monday, I believe. Yeah, that will be Monday. Okay, so Monday might be a good day for my Vuelta preview show. Maybe Monday will be my Vuelta preview show, because guess what? Next day, Tour of Denmark starts. So the Tour of Denmark is another pro race, so it's a stage race, pro race level. What I can do here right now, guys, let's take a look at this. We'll stay on the live stats here. I know you guys are all just sipping coffees, enjoying your Saturdays at home. Upcoming races. So we look at the next races here. Here's the, it's actually called the Post Nord Tour of Denmark. Oh, and here is the Tour of Poland for women. That's a 2.1 race. Let's have a look at this. I know Dream is here somewhere. It's a 2.1, but World Tour team here. We got Dominica's going to be there. Human Powered Health is World Tour. Canyon obviously is World Tour. Lidl Trek. FTJ Suez. UNOX. AG Insurance Sudal. EF Education. Oh, they've already got their full team listed here. Allison Jackson's going to be there. Then we have some Pro Series teams. St. Michel. Cofidis is going to be there. Some of these names are familiar to me. National team for Denmark. That happens a lot at these 2.1 races. Volker Vessels is back. I really like this team. They got the Polish national team coming. And then it looks like some continental level teams. Lotto Ladies. Matt Adam Developer. Then club level teams too. Wow, there's also a Liv Alula Jayco women's Conti team. Okay. So it's a good blend of riders. You got a couple of, looks like you have seven World Tour teams in it. So there's probably only allowed to be maybe 50% women's teams. Robert's saying he emailed a couple of cool photos just now. Okay, Robert, awesome. See if I can find that. Where would that have went? Where would that have went? Ah, right here. Okay, Robert's here in the mix. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good victory. Guys, I'm going to pull this up right now. Just because I want to. What's the best way for me to do this? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do this kind of privately for now. Just as you guys kind of watch that. But 238 back, guys. We're going to open up this. Then this makes this a little bit easier for me to do here in the background. So I can get that. And I can get this. Okay, we got those open, guys. Yes, let's do it, folks. I love it. We're going to close that down. We're going to open this up. Downloads, guys, we got some images here. I love when people share stuff with me, guys. Robert sent me a couple of pictures right now. And I can open that one too. Oop, not that one. Okay, that's my title page. So we'll just open up this. And we're going to blow that up. And then I'm going to pop back and forward here. Wow, yeah, that is insane, guys. Okay, just give me one more second, you guys. Ooh, how do I view that? Probably that. No, it's not how I do that. Sorry, guys. Ooh, how do I do this in the background? What I could do... Robert, I'm just trying to figure out. I might be able to do it this way too. Maybe I can just turn... I'm just trying to get this page turned on. File Explorer, image. Oh, it's right there. Come on, Colin. Get it. Okay, guys, if you're here and you're listening, put your coffee down for a second. We're going to do this and maybe turn that off. Oop, it didn't show up. Okay, so it didn't show up. I've got it listed as Bike Terror. It's not Bike Terror. It's on an image right now. Ooh, how am I going to do this? You know what, guys? I'm just going to go into my email. Who cares? So we're going to head back over here, pull this up. I've already downloaded them, Robert. I'm just going to like open them from my email now. This should work just as good. Yeah, let's do this. This should work now. Guys, just getting right in here. I'm just going to pin some tabs so things look smaller here. And hopefully I can do this right now. Should that open? What am I doing? Okay, sorry guys. I need to open up this tab. That is not it either. Okay, yeah, I'm just trying to get that. Sometimes it doesn't see the window that's in the background. Okay, guys, let me fiddle with that in the background here, because I know I'm getting all lost now. And this is when someone's going to jump in and say, this guy just sits there going, huh. Yeah, I'm actually working on my computer at the same time here. So we're going to jump back into the race for a second here. I need to be able to see what I'm doing over here again. Oh, we're still just looking on the schedule. Sorry, guys. Let me jump back. I left you on a bad page there. Bad being not what you should be seeing, as in a home page for Pro Cycling Stats. In the race right now, still a 2 minute and 38 second gap from a front group of 6 riders. Best place rider overall is Choman Waristi for Euskadel Euskadi. Okay, Sheila saying a long while back I did triathlon and ate so many Pop-Tarts. They're nutritionists. Their nutrition levels in Pop-Tarts are off the charts, Sheila. You know what's funny? There's a dude I know over on Ruby World, Inside Cycling World. He does a race called the Tour de Donut. It's somewhere where he lives. I think, I'm not really sure what state John's from. He's a guy I ride with all the time over there. They have a race called the Tour de Donut, and I think there's different levels of it. And so it's a timed race. Like, it's a fun race. It's a Grand Fondo type race, a Fondo. Kids show up, you know, dudes that haven't been on a bike in 12 years, that type of thing, trying to get back in shape. Probably some really serious people, too, that are out to race. And at the feed stations, for every donut you eat, they track this, you get 1 minute taken off your time. So it's kind of one of those things where how many donuts do I eat so I get my time reduced by 12 minutes, but do I throw up out there as well? So I thought that was really cool. And I will keep working on this here. So guys, you can see they're on the Category 3 climb right now. Why don't we let you hover here? They're working their way up at right now, this Category 3, 5 kilometers at 3.8% gradient. I'm going to go and try to mess around with my other stuff here. So that should show it to that to you. Okay, that's good. I'm going to come back here. Maybe I need to make it a new media capture. Yeah, that should work. No, it's not that photo. We don't want photos, Colin. We don't want file explorers. Maybe this one. Let's try this. Boom, there we are, folks. Okay, direct from Robert in Oregon, guys. He's up at the crack of dawn, folks. He's an hour behind me. It's only 5:33 in the morning in Oregon. We're just discussing some stuff here. So this is the crash, the moto crash. George Hincapie here. Is that George Hincapie? Let's have a good look at him. Hard to tell from here, but that's what I'm hearing. This is George Hincapie and Oscar Ferrer. Oh, that was the Phonak days, wasn't it? Is that Phonak? Okay, guys, I got to zoom in on this picture myself. Yeah, that must have been Phonak, that green and yellow. Look at this Discovery guy here. So what really happened in this picture? So we got fans on the roads. Oh, I love this guy's sunglasses here. He's getting crushed underneath the motorbike. And what is he actually doing here? He's got his hands out. He's screaming in agony. I love this picture. George Hincapie there looks very, very young to me. I mean, he's 20 years older now. I think this is 2005, something like that. Based on the Phonak jerseys, I think. Look at even two. Wow. Look at even two. Look at George's handlebars. The cables are exposed. They're not even taped in. So it looks like Ferrer is cables here are taped at least. George's are coming straight out of the brake lever, and like the wire is just wide. Remember they used to do that? They didn't know how to bend them back. Hincapie wins a Queen stage. Oh, Robert. Yes. Is this that stage? Robert, was that you telling me the story? Must have been, because the info you're dropping here. So apparently, guys, these two were in the break, and the story is, and I don't know where the story's from, but I can see it happening, definitely. Dude, let me win. I'm going to pay you X amount of dollars. You just got to let me win. You know, and that guy's going, well, okay, I can make a ton of money by just letting him win, and we're in the breakaway together. I'm going to get a ton of time anyway, so I'm just going to help him. Plus, he wants to give me a schwack of cash. Wow, some crazy money, 50,000. Yeah. So yeah, I'd say both these fans should definitely not have been in that location there. That second guy was probably part of the problem too. That motorbike driver is probably sitting there. These guys are staring down the road. There looks like there's people actually holding up cameras and stuff. Remember, this is really before, you know, widespread uses of iPhones and smartphones. But people still got in the way back then. Okay, I'm going to go back to that one here too. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just close that. And we're going to open this one quick. Here is Eric Zabel winning. Love this little victory pose. It looks like he's kind of off balance almost. Went for a cool pose and was like, oh, I'm off balance. Riding for T-Mobile here on his pink bike. So that is so cool. Awesome pictures here. Trying to figure out who the other riders are here. This Rabobank rider here. Big sprinter back then. I mean, who could that have been? Would that have been like Tyler Farrar? Could that have been Tyler Farrar? I think Robert might know this. The guys, this is getting like old stuff. So that's a Rabobank rider there. I can barely make out the jerseys. Like this rider on the far left, I don't know. He's got a nice little, he's lunging hard at the end. Look at all the rim brakes. Look at the wheels even. Is anyone on carbon wheels here? It doesn't look like it. All aluminum wheels. Looks like the BOA. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you're into cycling, you put your shoes on, you turn that little dial, it goes and it tightens up your shoes for you with the wires. There's not even one person here wearing BOA, what do you call it? BOA lace-ups. I'm just going to call it that. I know that's not the right word. They're all on like the Velcro style. Could still blow us all out of the water. Anyway, guys, going to jump back to the race. And there we go. Robert, thank you for those pictures so much. That's awesome. Awesome stuff there. Don't know why I couldn't get those pictures to show separately. I just had to use my Gmail. Whatever. Seat of the pants, folks. Seat of the pants here. So it's still 2 minutes and 38 seconds. And at this point here, it looks like Carlos Garcia Perina will be going for the 6 points at the top. This is a tough little climb. Take a look at the profile here between kilometers 55 and 58. That's right where we are right now. We're just getting there now. You know, it drags here 5, 6, 7% all the way up here, this category 3 climb. So again, 5 kilometers at 3.8. Yeah, but 3 of them are a lot harder. And then probably the first 2 were quite easy. So you always got to look at those climbs, the averages, and figure it out. Okay, Don saying, I did a ride at a local event called the Tour de Farm. You can choose different routes from flat to hilly. 25, 50, 75 mile rates. We travel from farm to farm, sampling food, wine, and refilling bottles. Fun. Yeah, that does sound like fun, Don. Oscar Ferrer, 3-time world champ. Yeah, it's crazy. Don here, cool. I work for T-Mobile Networks Operations. My team... make sure the towers stay up and running. Okay, gotcha, Don. Gotcha. T-Mobile, I don't think we have them in Canada. Yeah, T-Mobile is still around. That's right. That's right. I only ever see T-Mobile when I travel to the States. They'll pop up as an available network to use. I'm that guy when I travel, my phone gets turned off. So in Canada, so I'm on a company called TELUS. They're gigantic. Bell's big here as well. Rogers. I don't think you guys even have them in the States. But if you turn your phone on in the States and actively use it, it's like $16 a day to use your data at home. because I'm so lazy to call my provider up and get shifted to the new plan that gives me unlimited access anyways. So I got to do that. So basically, I get there, airplane mode. No one knows where I am in the world. I disappear. I think you can get texts coming in. You could get a text like from home, because it could be an emergency. Hey, you need to get home now. Someone passed away. There's been an accident. Your house burnt to the ground. That type of thing. You could read it, no problem. But if you send, then you start getting charged like 75 cents, $1 per text. You start a chat conversation text and you can spend $20 real quick. Okay, riders from the break that were in a break before. Tour of Slovenia just this year, stage 4. Choman, Waristi, and Samuel Zaccarado were in a break. And check this out too. The Basque Country race earlier in the year calendar, way back in 2023. Again, Choman, Waristi, and Carlos Garcia Pernia were in a break. It's pretty cool. So these are the breakaway guys right here. These are the guys that like to be in the breakaways. You know, they've got Nico Denz with Samuel Zaccarado. Samuel Zaccarado is riding with Choman earlier this year at Tour of Slovenia. Zaccarado is also riding with Nico Denz at the Giro d'Italia 4 years ago. Nico Denz also rode at the Ronde van Vlaanderen, Tour of Flanders, back in 2023, I think it said. 2021 with Matisse Passion. So these guys like to get in breakaways. That's why. What are the chances of them actually riding in breakaways that much together? They go on the breakaways a lot. Nico Denz with Samuel Zaccarado on 2 different occasions in breakaways. Zaccarado is listed 3 times in this group out of 6 riders that have been in breakaways with these other 5 riders they're with. I think that's kind of a crazy stat. Just shows this is what they like to do. They want to get out front and take the chance over and over. It's not just Thomas de Gendt, guys. E-Honda. Dude, E-Honda's back. E-Honda, where you been, bro? I haven't seen E-Honda, I think, since probably Tour de France. Maybe was part of the Tour de France Femmes. So E-Honda is watching around. Dude, nice to have you here. I think we joked about your name before, that you were from Street Fighter fame. Robert Alessandro Battacci in 3rd place. The name that broke Phil Liggett, Alejandro Valverde, he mixed them up for years. Okay. Oh, Alessandro and Alejandro. Okay, I get it. Valverde, that guy was just absolute legend. Okay, so... Oh, this is funny. They're saying... I'm getting a stat here right now saying that Carlos Garcia Pernia has won the KOM sprint point, Alta del Cerro. To me, they haven't got there yet. So just having a look at this here, guys. Maybe I need to refresh. Maybe something's... Yeah, they have gone over the top. Sorry, it must have been me messing around. It didn't refresh there. It is auto sync on. So that gives him 6 points. He should now have 30 points in the mountains classification. He does. He got 30 points today. And anyone else who got points would be way down in the classification, I believe. So they're not even showing up here. So locked up 30 points now. There still is 30 at the end. There's 6 coming up at the next one. And the warm-up to the final climb is 16 points. And guys, the end of the race is really hard. They've jammed that Category 1 and that HC Especial climb so close together. Total stage length is 138 kilometers. We start climbing the Category 1 just after about a kilometer 110. And we'll hit the top at 115. There's a bunch of downhill. So we go over the top, say at 115 kilometers of the Cat 1. We're going to descend downhill for at least 10 kilometers. Then we start a gradual climb, false flat. Yeah, this is how I'm calling it. We peak out on the Cat 1 at 115K. We're going to drop down for 10 kilometers. Then we're climbing for the next 13. With only the final 6.4 being part of Lagunas de Neila. There's climbing before that. So that Category 1 at the top, second to last climb, is going to set up someone for a breakaway, I think. a strong climber that can take off and go by themselves. So E-Honda's back, guys. E-Honda is back in the mix here. I will go back here in a second. You guys are seeing what I want you to see. Yeah, again, Robert, thanks for those pictures. I always tell people, if you want to send me something, you got something going on in your part of the world, send me a picture. A bike ride that you're going on. Really got to get this fixed up here, the bike, the boom arm. So next week, guys, August 12th, we got the Tour of Denmark. I might do that. So today's the 9th, Sunday's the 10th, 11th I could do my Vuelta preview. I think I should do it that day. 12th, maybe I could do the Tour of Denmark. Also, so the 12th would be a Tuesday. And while I'm here, I'm going to have a quick look at this, guys. Going to go back to home. Oh, I already was there. The Tour of Denmark is 5 stages. Who's there? Tour of Denmark has Team Visma Lease Bike, Dylan Van Barle. Lidl Trek's there, Mats Pedersen, Soren Craig Anderson. Just Scalmos is there. Just looking at some big names. Alpecin de Koenig. The return of Jasper Philipsen, guys. The return of Jasper Philipsen. Uno X Mobility, Magnus Kort. Varenskold. Team Picnic. Big names I know here right now. Fabio Jakobsen's back, guys. He's back. I think he was away for something they called iliac surgery, which I don't know what that is. I think it's got something to do with the arteries or the veins, I believe. And now we've got some pro teams. Well, Uno X is pro, becoming World Tour, I believe. We've got Team Pulte Visit Malta, who's in this race. Unibet Tietima Rockets. They will be there. Dylan Groenewegen has transferred to them. I'm not sure when he shows up there. Man, they would probably love him for this race. That guy still is from Euskadel Euskadi, who we're watching today. Team Flanders, Baloise. And then some national and club level teams here. Or continental club. Yeah, continental teams, sorry. Team Norvo Nordisk. Now, I think this is the team. I hope I'm right about this. I think someone was in the chat for Tour de France, the main one, not the Femmes. So the men's one is what I mean to say. Team Norvo Nordisk, I think that's for diabetes, I believe. I think so. And I think a lot of the athletes might be athletes with diabetes. I think. I could be wrong about that. Just trying to remember. So yeah, lots of Conti teams here. Like, look at all these teams here. Now you know why the Danes are so strong at cycling, guys. Look at all these Danish teams, just stacked with Danish talent. These 3 teams, every single rider is Danish. Same with this one. All Danes. Obviously, continental teams. Here's the Danish national team. Oh, wow. Take a look at this here. Jakob Fuglsang for this race. Yeah, it's him. Jakob Fuglsang for this race is riding for the national team. And not Israel Premier Tech, is that right? How do you figure that? And he retires at the end of this year. He's 40 years old. That's how long he's been around. Wow. 2 times winner of the Criterium de Dauphiné, 2019-2017. Won Liège-Bastogne-Liège, a monument. Oh, and I think that means he's won it twice. No, once. It says 2 times at the top. Won Liège-Bastogne-Liège in 2019. Won Il Lombardia in 2020. That's 2 of the monuments. 3 times winner of the Tour of Denmark. Wow. 2008, 9, and 10. Dude, so I'm looking at this here. All my dudes. This guy, it's his last year. On his way out, he wants to go back and ride his home race at the national team. I think that's really cool, actually. That's how I see that. I don't see Israel Premier Tech here. Maybe that's how they're doing it. So Israel Premier Tech didn't get an invite. So the national team has probably given them an invite to ride for them. That's a pretty good rider to have on your national team there. Most of the other riders are probably generally younger, developing. Having said that, though, I'm seeing that a lot of them are. Like Julius Johansson here. He rides for UAE. 25 years old. But will be representing the national team. So it's probably just the way they do that race. Back to the Vuelta, guys. Burgos. Okay, 3 minutes, 9 seconds now, guys. They're over the first climb of the day. And we should have footage very quickly here now, guys. Again, I'm going to jump back to this here. So the Tour of Denmark's coming next week. These are all things you guys can probably find somewhere on the internet, somewhere on one of your feeds. If you pay for your stuff, that's great. If you watch it somewhere else, whatever. Or you can hang out here and listen along. Tour of Denmark next week on August 12th. August 14th, that would be the Thursday, I believe. We got the Czech Tour. Czech Tour is on the 14th. So I got to imagine that's probably 4 days as well. Then on the 15th. The 15th puts us to, that's 6 days from now. So that'll be next Friday. We got the Tour of Romandy Women. So there's a 3-day stage race. Tour of Romandy. I think I'm doing that one. So stick around for that one. I'll check their website out and see what kind of data I can get from it. And can I use that in conjunction with Pro Cycling Stats? I still won't have Bike Terra back, I think, until La Vuelta España. So we're going to have it all there, guys. Right now, 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Nico Denz, Matisse Passions, Carlos Garcia Pernia, Matteo Moschetti, Choman Waristi, and Samuel Zaccarato. Breakaway specialists here, guys. Strong men. They like to go up front and ride hard. They're not hiding in the peloton. You know, you can get a considerable draft in that peloton there. Yeah, it's just hit after hit coming for racing, guys. It's absolutely insane. Oh, yeah. August 20th, the Deutschland Tour. That's probably, I'm going to guess, a 2.1 race. Probably a 2.1. I'm going to take a look here right now. Going to bounce out of this here for you. The Deutschland race. Ooh, it's not a World Tour race. It should be showing up here somewhere. Actually, I don't see it right now. And that's okay. Come back to the Vuelta a Burgos. 47th edition, guys. Traveling up to the HC Especial Lagunas de Neila. I love when I get an Especial margarita in Mexico. Fantastic. I think we were talking about it a few days ago. That's where we're going. October, guys. After all the racing's done, Il Lombardia, I think, is October the 11th. Maybe flying out right after that. Maybe flying out. And I want to just settle into a nice vacation. And possibly do some live streaming from there too. So we've only got 31 in the mix right now, guys. Everyone's missing out on this awesome race. You know, guys, there's another awesome race coming too. And this is one I should be doing. The Benelux Tour. The Renui Tour. That is a really good race. That's August 20th. So the Benelux Tour, I think it's World Tour. Renui Tour right here. It shows up as, yeah, next World Tour races. Yeah, so World Tour, guys, that means all top 18 teams have to be there. We're looking at them right now. This is the early start list for the Renui/Benelux Tour. It is 5 stages. I think it's all in Belgium. But all the World Tour teams are going to... So, guys, just right away, early signups. Alberto Bettiol, Jonas Rickert, who went on that huge breakaway with Mathieu van der Poel at the Tour de France. Alexis Renard, Jan Maas, Matty Mahoric. These are just the early. Dries de Bont, Oliver Nassen. So awesome. Tim Merlier is going to be there, guys. Probably the world's best sprinter. Just needs to up his lead-out train just a little bit. Yeah, so they're all going to be there. Here's Olaf. This dude right here, Olaf. Tour of Poland. Won stage 1. Saw those results a few days ago. And then some pro-level teams here. That one's going to coincide with... It's going to start before the Vuelta and kind of overlap. So I'm going to figure out how I can do that too. Category 3 climbing coming up here shortly, guys. Okay, so virtual classification. It's came back down, I think. I'm going to have a double check of that. Looks like we've lost a rider in this group, and I haven't been paying attention to it. There was 6 riders here. We're down to 5 now. I've already forgotten the name of that rider, but the virtual classification right now. So we lost one rider of the group, or his transponder's gone because they were right at the front. Okay. Don saying he thinks Jasper's a better sprinter than Merlier. Dude, we're going to see them head-to-head. We're going to see them head-to-head coming up here soon. Yeah, guys, I actually really like the month of August. It's got some of the best racing on. Shorter stage races. It's not just all the big tours. These guys are doing all of them. All these races mean a lot to them. So again, next week we've got Tour of Denmark kicking off. I think that's Tuesday. Then we've got the Czech Tour kicking off. This is all on flow bikes for me. Tour of Romandy for the women. I think I have to do that race. I really like the women's cycling, and I know less about women's cycling, so that's why I want to watch it. I've already gone through the start list, and I'm seeing names I recognize. Dream was here earlier mentioning all the women's cyclists there. Movistar is going to be back with Marlon Reusser, who probably would have been a GC candidate at the Tour de France Femmes. Again, going back to Tour de France Femmes, guys, I think they need to change the... I don't know. So, Pauline, incredible, right? Not to take anything away from her, but she wins one stage, she basically won the Tour. She just had to play it smart, win one stage, and win the Tour. And I know that happens in other races too, but because it's only 9 stages, I think what I would do if I was in charge of developing it, which I'm not, so it doesn't matter, so I get to speculate here, I would have had a huge climb early on. So take that stage she won and put it like as stage 3. And then it would have given a chance for other riders to try to reel her back in. You know, with that being stage 8, the next day it's over. They never really got to have any huge alpine battles, or maybe a time trial should be in there too to let, say, Marlon Reusser could bring a lot of that time back, like a long time trial. They're capable of it. So, yeah, it's so hard with Tour de France Femmes right now. Like, does it need to be longer? Probably not. Does it matter if it's longer? Not to me. If it was 3 weeks long, I'd be like, okay, cool, that's great. It doesn't make it any different to me. Having it 9 stages doesn't make it any less of an event to me. I just think they need to kind of change it up a little bit. That last stage, those last 2 stages where it just gets won. There was no chance at the beginning really for riders of other styles to like put Pauline under pressure. So she was only, I think she was overall like no more than 30 seconds behind on up to the first 7 stages. And I guess, you know, like say the men's Tour de France, there's a chance for riders on the flats at the beginning, the hills, the rollers. Then there's also, you know, they go to the Central Massif where, you know, different type of climbers have a chance. Then there's the Pyrenees where you can lose a ton of time. There's enough time left in the race to bring it back. So there's that, you know, couple of days in between before they get to the Alps where you can try to start bringing some of that time back. So maybe, I don't know, redesign it a little bit. Yeah, exactly, Don. Jonas took second place in the Tour de France with 0 stage wins, just being consistent. And, you know, all that stuff I just said about Pauline, someone's probably watching this going, wait a second, dude. That's what Jonas probably did at one of his Tour de France wins. Yeah, you're right. But just, at least there was a chance of that race that it could have been blown up early, and then there could have been a recovery, and then a total flip-flop at the end. I find with that, the shortness of the Tour de France Femmes, with that one stage, that Queen stage was so hard, there was no chance to recover at that point. It was like, okay, we're done and dusted, it's over. Now, I still think the Tour de France Femmes is more exciting than the men's Tour de France this year because it was pretty much done and dusted earlier. But that's because Mr. Poggy's there. Just far and away the best cyclist right now. The stages were designed to give other riders a chance. Could they break Poggy? Tour de France Femmes is short, so it's hard to get more days in there to more opportunities. You guys know what I'm saying. I'm just mumbling now. Nico Denz, Matisse, Carlos Garcia Pernia, Matteo Moschetti. Unbelievable the sprinters up there right now. This guy's doing the old, I need to get as far up the road as I can today before I get completely blown out the back. That's the kind of ride he's doing today, I think. So let's take a look at Matteo Moschetti here. All-out sprinter, one-day races. His hills are, you know, mediocre. Climber, no points. TT, he's not a TTer either. Did win stage 2. You're going to have a little look at this guy. He got 3rd place on the last stage of the Giro this year. 10th place Modena stage. That was stage 12. He got a 9th place on stage 4. So has a real nice sprint on him. 80th place at Paris-Roubaix this year. The Tour of Hellas in Greece, 2nd place in the green jersey with a 1st place. 2 first places in that race. That's an early season race. Grand Prix Criccion, he won that earlier this year. 1.1 race, so it's a one-day race. And a Lula Tour, he won a stage there. So this guy is 100% a sprinter. So today he's playing the old game of, I need to get as far up the road as I can so I don't get blown out the back and finish an hour behind today. That's what he's doing. 58.4 kilometers to go with 1,740 meters of climbing still. Climbing the category 3 right now. Why don't we take a look at it here, guys? Get some better details on it. Man, how good would Bike Terra be right now, guys? We have a little bit of Bike Terra going in the background. Dawn, did I miss anything? Okay, which Dawn's this? Tony's here as well. Guys are jumping in now. Dawn, just saying, did I miss anything? I only really know one Dawn, so this is the new Dawn. We got new Dawn here. Tony's back. Good morning. Hey, Tony. Guys, we climbed one category 3. We are now on the ascent of the second category 3, the Alta de Arroyo. And I'm just talking about how much climbing's jammed into the back end of this race. This is only 3.3 kilometers at 5.3%, so not super tough. First climb of the day won by Carlos Garcia Pernia, so he is solidly the mountain's leader right now. 30 points overall. Yeah, exactly, Dawn. To the other Dawn, Pop-Tarts and cycling. Yeah, guy, I've been eating Pop-Tarts. I've been sipping coffee here. I've been complaining about the cost of coffee in North America right now. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Dawn here too. Yeah, there was they just mentioned 2 riders involved in a crash. Never actually said anything about the crash. I'm hoping once I get my live feed, they're going to show me like I said, the highlights or the lowlights. Because I don't really want to see crashes happen where guys get hurt. And it is saying Vuelta y Burgos is live now. It is saying it's live now. 7:01. It is live. So we can watch this live now, guys. I know my mic's far from my face. Vuelta y Burgos is live now. I've missed the first minute of it. How dare I? Okay, opening up now. They're just showing the stage, the overview of it. Okay, let's get this all zoomed up, guys. Boom, we're in. Stage is running now. This is probably New Dawn saying, did I miss anything? He's jumping on now. Yeah, you did miss Pop-Tarts and a lot of cycling chit-chat, a lot of coffee discussions, and 3 riders actually crashed out earlier on. They didn't really mention it. They just said, this guy crashed, this guy abandoned, this guy abandoned, and this guy abandoned. Okay, I'm just watching the stage profile here up to Lagunas. I knew there was a circuit. There is a circuit at the end, guys. There's a circuit at the end. So the traditional climb, wonder if I can show that to you. Yes, I can. I think I still have it open in the background here. Just going to come over here for now. Go to Climb Finder. I'm going to shut that here. Okay, I want to show you guys something here. It's interesting how they've done this. So I was trying to figure it out on the maps this morning. What I'll do here is, okay, this is going to be difficult for me to figure out now. Hopefully this works for you guys. Thank you, it worked. Oh, and my face is too big, guys. No one told me. No one told me that my face is too big today, so let's just shrink me down a little bit here. Hey, everyone. We're going to jump into Climb Finder here. Okay, so what you're seeing on screen here is Lagunas de Neila. From Neila, there's a town there. At the very, very top here, these are the little lakes. They call them lagunas. So they're all up here. This is the climb itself, okay? If you were to go here and say, what is... Obviously, there's other ways to climb it. You know, what's highlighted? You could come up this south one. You could climb it this way and then connect onto that road. You could climb it on this one, connect on. On that map I just looked at, they're going to come from the north, go through, and you know what? Well, there's lots of roads here. I'm just seeing the way they connect. I wonder if they come through the valley system all the way here. They come through Neila first. They actually start the climb here. I wonder if that's the category 1 beforehand. And then they come on a loop down through here. They come on a loop south here towards Quintanar de la Sierra. They head north again on this route, connect back on, and then come up here. That's because the Lagunas de Neila is not an HC climb by itself. But when you loop it on like that and basically, add another climb with it, then it goes to the HC level. So that's how they're doing it. So that's really cool to know that. Because I was looking this morning going, wait a second, this isn't an HC. Now I understand. I think I've discussed that before, guys. I got to make sure you guys are looking at the right stuff here. And here we go, back to Pro Cycling Stats. Turn that off. I definitely don't need Ruby on right now. And I can get back here. I've mentioned in earlier videos. Okay, here we go. Kim's jumping in now. Good morning, Kim. Stage 5, Vuelta Burgos. We have 5 riders out front with a 3-minute and 28-second gap. Zooming in here, Carlos Garcia Pena will be desperate to get these points today because there is 30 points available at the finish. He's on 30 points now. So every climb, he's eliminating anyone taking the polka dot jersey from him. He's over the top now, actually, guys. It just refreshed on me there. Tony C was just listening, but had to jump on chat to say Tour de France winner French Pauline rode her race within the set rules and won. I give her all. Yeah, exactly, dude. She rode the race perfectly. The way the race was designed, she knew she just had to stay real close and then get them hard on that one stage, and then it was impossible for them to ever recover. Okay, here we go. Carlos Garcia Pena over the top of the climb gets 6 points. Nico Denz 4, Zaccarata 2, Matisse Passions 1. So now he should have 36 points overall virtually. Sorry, mountains. So, okay, refresh. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Carlos Garcia Pena now picked up 12 points today. He's now sitting on 36 points. So less and less chances anyone can get it. Dawn, Pauline Ferrand Prevot, also medal-winning mountain biker. Yeah, exactly, dudes. Yeah, so not taking anything away from Pauline. She destroyed them on that climb. World-class climber. Unbelievable. I would have just thought, as a, kind of like thinking as how exciting can I make the race? Although that was really exciting watching that. I'm not saying that at all. Trust me. Have a huge climb early, then have a few rollers, put like a time trial in the middle, then put another monstrous climb at the end. So, we get to see her destroy. She could have destroyed everyone at the beginning on the the Madeleine, and then give some riders a chance to maybe bring just to build the drama up, I guess. Because we saw her on stage 1 almost win it, and then Marianne Vos had to go by her to hold off Kim LaCourte, I think it was, on stage 1. Yeah, I think it was Kim LaCourte and Marianne. Marianne got it. And then Pauline just rode smart. Stayed upright, stayed safe. I am watching Matteo Moschetti now is being caught by the peloton. I just have to confirm I was actually watching the right race. I've got so many races going on here. So Tony, I agree 100%. She totally rode well. I know there's been all this talk now about weight and stuff, and yeah, it's just weird. Another abandonment. Okay, I'd missed that. Dude, who just abandoned? So we got E-Honda here, the Street Fighters coming in. Ooh, yep, you're right. XDS Astana team abandoned the race. Possibly wondering, was he involved in the crash earlier? Yep, they're showing here Q36 rider Matteo Moschetti being caught right now. Hopefully Carlos will get the next KOM and take that jersey. Yeah, there's still 30 points available at the finish, and I think there's 16 at the next one. So he needs the next one. He needs to wrap it up on the next one. He needs at least a third place. Actually, you can only score 30 on the end. He's already got 36, I believe. Have one more look at that. He's got 36 right now. So he's just got to make sure they don't get caught before the next one by the peloton. So if the peloton catches them, someone hiding back in the peloton, Del Toro, whoever else it may be, could take points here and HC and rip that jersey off his back. Okay, so Dream saying here, I was just talking about my Tour de France ideas. No, we can't have Stage 1 be mountains. Casual fans will tune off when they see 3 GC riders 5 minutes ahead of the field. Yeah, so I wouldn't say Stage 1, but maybe Stage 2, 3. I did see, and you know what, guys? Someone sent me, Steven Cycle sent me a podcast link to podcasts I've never listened to, but I thought it would have been down more. But they said overall Tour de France viewership was down by 6% this year. I actually thought it would have been more than that. So I thought that was okay. No, we can't. Okay, so I'm going to read Dream's comment. No, we can't have Stage 1 be mounts. And that is a good comment, Dream. Yeah, so if we have Pauline go up, yeah, so definitely couldn't be Stage 1. But let's say Stage 3 then. Pauline gets to battle it out with Sarah Gigante and Demi and all the other climbers. By Stage 3, see the GC get a little bit established. Throw a time trial in there. I'm not even sure if they've had an individual time trial at the Femmes. I don't know enough about it, actually. Dream probably does. But yeah, if there was a huge lead day 1, it would be like, oh, race is over. Kind of like Tour de France this year. Again, guys, just my thoughts. I enjoyed the Tour de France Femmes way better than the men's race this year. I mean, I love all the dudes out there cycling. I just thought the race was more engaging. Dream here saying Stage 8 and Stage 9 can be exchanged. Yeah, I mean, Stage 8 and Stage 9 were hard stages. We had La Plagne Stage 9. We had Col de la Madeleine Stage 8. Brutal days. Brutal days. We saw Kim LaCourte crash. We saw Sarah Gigante go from 2nd to 6th overall. And now it's all about, I mean, Demi Vollering, all she's dealing with now is people asking her, do you need to lose more weight? No, she doesn't need to lose more weight. I honestly don't think so. Pauline just, yeah, just weird questions. So that's all she's dealing with. I'm still reading up on all that stuff, all the post-race interviews. Watching the race right now in the peloton, they are hitting it hard, guys. 2 minutes and 52 seconds on the gap. This is the tough part of the race here. The race, again, this is phase 2 of the race starting now. We've done our first category 3s. Pelotons let them get away. Now it's time to start dialing it all back. Yeah, Dream. Also, some riders might not finish Stage 1 mountain. Yeah, so let's not have it as Stage 1. Well, how about Stage 3? Dream, would you like to see an individual time trial for, say, Marlon Reusser? Okay, Robert. Francine's... oh, yeah. Pauline's main man. Perry Raider and Dylan Van Baarle transferred to Wolfpack. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I did not know he was transferring to... But yeah, I knew who you were saying. Francine, Pauline. Yeah, I gotcha. Back at the peloton, we're just seeing Euskadel riders. Already riders falling off the back here. Or, let me just confirm for sure, guys. That is... I just want to make sure who this is. Could have been the front. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, it's 2 minutes and 44 seconds here. 50 kilometers to the finish. Stage 2 of the race right here. Phase 2, we'll call it. They are going up a little bump right now. Excuse me. So Dylan Van Baarle is traveling to the Wolfpack. It's probably a really good move for him. I kind of feel like he's been there before. Maybe he has. Strong rider, that's for sure. Tony C. Well, professional racing has only been around for 150 years, so it's about time we figure out the best way to run a Grand Tour. Exactly, Tony. So yeah, Dream. Okay, here. Perfect. Oh, Dawn, I did see that too. I haven't watched it, guys. I see these things pop up, and it's like, okay, I got to watch that too. Dawn's just saying here, Demi Vollering did a cafe ride with Matt Stevens a few days ago. Okay, I'll be watching that later today. It's going to be a lazy day for me after this today, guys. Stayed up too late. Probably 4 hours solid sleep. Puppy's getting so good at sleeping right now. He's wild throughout the day, though. Dream saying, yes, there should be an individual time trial and a TT so they can rest a day and extend it to 12 days. But I read next year is already set to 9 stages again. Yeah, they got to have a... I think someone said somewhere, it's not a Grand Tour unless there's a time trial. And I think so too. At least give other riders a chance. So the Giro had a time trial. Why does the Tour de France Femmes not have a time trial? They should. That's where you can highlight the abilities of other cyclists. Marlon Rooser is an incredible time trialist. The first time I actually saw her, I was randomly watching the Giro, Donne, and I'm like, wow. Yeah, very impressive. She never gets a chance to show that off at the Femmes. Yep, Dawn here, new Dawn. Tour de France Femmes would have been more interesting if Rooser and Borgoni didn't again abandon it. I thought, yeah, you're 100% right. So we lost Rooser on stage 1. I guess she was sick going into it. She had a small crash, her and Leanne Liepert, and she never really got back into the race from there. I think she got to the top of the first climb and abandoned there. That's where her transponder was still going. So I think it was Kim who was saying maybe she switched bikes with someone, which it did look like to me. She didn't even care about getting back on her bike. She was helping her teammate, which was Leanne Liepert, get going again. Yeah, and then Borghini, I think, abandoned stage 3 maybe. Oh, check this out here. Okay, interesting here. I guess there was reports earlier that Choman, contrary to early reports, Choman Juristi did not abandon the race. Where was that? I didn't see that anywhere. Sometimes there's weird stats on here. Because Choman Juristi is the best place rider in the breakaway right now. 2 minutes 34 behind overall. Currently, general. Yeah, he is in the lead by 10 seconds right now. That's why he disappeared. I didn't see an abandonment thing. They didn't talk anything about abandonment, but his transponder wasn't showing up for a while. Again, guys, phase 2 of the race is just a long uphill all the way now. Looking at the screen over here, you're going to see me looking more in this direction now, guys. Not a lot of tall trees. It's getting scrubbier and scrubbier as we climb a lot higher here. Hopefully we can... at this point here, we're already at probably 1,100 meters in elevation. So as we go up, we're going to start losing the different types of trees. Getting up nice and high. We do get quite high today. That final peak, we're probably going to be at about 1,800 meters in elevation, I believe. So I've been doing a lot of research on all the mountains in Spain right now. Again, I think this is my favorite tour. And it's coming up. Okay, Tony, yes. Okay, guys, we've got a lot of... I love when the chat heats up, guys. I love when the chat heats up. I love the interaction by everyone here. I always want this chat to be that I'm not the expert. I want you guys to be the experts because you really help me out here. Dawn, new Dawn. New Dawn with looks like the yin and the yang. Green and white here. Dawn, where are you from? New Dawn. Old Dawn, who's not that old. I'm running on 4 hours of sleep also. Coffee. Had a bowling tournament last night of 12-hour shift. Only 9 more hours to go today. Vacation. Oh, awesome. Vacation next week. Dawn, that means you get to hang out more with me here. Although, Dawn, you're here every day. Dawn is OG. I think Dawn has been around since stage 1 of the Tour de France. You think that's right, Dawn? It's hard. It seems like a lifetime ago already. Tony C, I always miss the team time trial. It is just a thing of beauty in the sport. They do not seem to want to do anymore. Exactly, Tony. That's what I think too. When I see 8 riders strung out on their bikes, working in unison, listening to the carbon wheels, just incredible to me. Tour de France doesn't do it anymore. It's kind of lame. Very lame to me. It's not a grand tour without a team time trial and an individual time trial. Some of the past races were insane for team time trials. If you go back to the 70s and the 80s, they would do I've mentioned before, here's a 75-kilometer individual time trial. Have at her, boys. Let's go. And that allows those riders of that style to have a chance at the race. If it's all just climbing, well, that's it. I heard there is a team time trial coming back for 2026. I think it's super short, so I'm not that impressed by it. We do have a team time trial coming up, guys, at La Vuelta coming up. The beauty of La Vuelta 2 is that we're going to get to see the race from start to finish every day. We're also going to have Bike Terror in the background, so I can show you positioning of riders on the roads, which I would love to have again right now. Just don't have that ability at the moment. And it also depends, too, like some of these smaller races don't have super developed websites. They don't give you any live tracking. So for now, for all these races, and I think this is a fantastic website, especially when you have a pro premium account like me. I can show you all the details. If you don't have a premium account, you're not getting all the fun stats. So there's so many cool stats here. 2 minutes, 20 seconds, guys. They are slowly dialing it back now. Isaac Del Toro, Palazzari. We won't see Isaac at La Vuelta. We will see Palazzari at La Vuelta, guys. Yeah, so I love the team time trial. I actually really like the time trial too. I know a lot of people, it's the kind of the day they take off the tour. And that by the tour, I mean any Grand Tour. It's like, oh, well, okay, well, I really enjoy it. Watching Bora Hansgrohe here. This is Nico Denz here, just fueling up. Is that Nico Denz? Oh, it is. And okay, so Samuel Zaccarotto, that's what I'm looking at. Here is the Team Pulte Visit Malta rider here. Vuelta of Burgos, Tour of Slovenia this year, Tour of the Alps, Giro Abruzzo, that's one I don't know of. So it's had a very active season. So he's in that break, 5 riders in the break. We have two pro level riders here, World Tour riders. Nico Denz. Matisse Passions rides for Bahrain Victorious, World Tour team. Just want to see here. Yeah, he's been riding World Tour. San Sebastian Classic last week and he didn't finish it. I should go back and watch that race. And then we have 3 continental level teams here. Carlos Garcia Pernia, Choman Yaristi, and Samuel Zaccarotto. So Conti teams well represented here. These are all guys that are like one step away from hitting World Tour teams. Back to Dream here. Oh, and we got more stuff coming in. Sorry. Just missed this. Dream. They don't have to worry about Gigante. She is an elite time trial. Oh, okay. Robert, I wonder if they had success with Watch the Femmes hashtag. Seemed like very smart marketing. Yeah, dude, they had that hashtag Watch the Femmes everywhere. I even put it in my videos. I mean, guys, that's part of what I do here. You have to do all this stuff. At the front of the peloton right now, I am watching it too here. Decathlon's on the right-hand side. UAE is dead center. And Lidl Trek all on the left-hand side of the road. Right hand coming towards me, though. If I spun myself around. Yeah, you know, again, this topography here, I'm looking at the landscapes. Again, it reminds me so much of interior British Columbia. In Canada here, British Columbia is a province on the west side. It's right next door to me. Splits Alberta with the Rocky Mountains, so, you know, there's snow there year-round up in the wintertime. With summertime, I mean, that's our source of water here. But once you go over into British Columbia, into the Okanagan Valley area, it's very dry, very arid. Hottest temperature ever recorded, guys. Check this out. I had to look it up. Me and Steven Cycles were talking about it. There was a gigantic heat wave here, where they call it like a heat dome. I think it was 2021, I think. Yeah, something. It was a couple years back. Even parts of southern Alberta were hitting 40 degrees Celsius every day, and it lasted for probably 4 or 5 days. It just wouldn't stop. Well, Lytton, British Columbia, Lytton, hit 49.7 degrees Celsius. I'm like, that's like Las Vegas temperatures. That is insane. That's like hot for Saudi Arabia. That's like 50 degrees Celsius. Probably over 120 Fahrenheit or thereabouts. I think that was June 29th, they said. That temperature was recorded in Lytton. And that place, guys, is always hot in the summer. You know, hitting 40 degrees Celsius there, which is 100 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer, it's common. I'm not saying it's every day, but it's like, oh yeah, okay, we got a hot day. Yeah, okay, whatever. We've seen this before. It's not like hitting 40 degrees Celsius in, I don't know, wherever, up north. The very next day, the town of Lytton burnt to the ground. And I'm laughing about it. It's funny because it just happened. Like, the next day, it burnt to the ground. Small town. It was so dry, so arid. Kind of like the really, really strong winds. Once fires start there's no stopping them. Okay, this is good to see here too. Bonification seconds, 3, 2, and 1 for Choman Waristi, 2 seconds for Matisse Passions, and 1 second for Samuel Zaccarotto. That won't affect anything in the overall standings. I'd like to see those time bonuses be bigger. I would really like to see those be bigger. You know, make them worth it. Like, hey, man, here's 30 seconds available. Could you imagine that? Don, maybe his transponder was damaged from the crash, kind of like Alaphilippe. Yeah, his transponder disappeared for a while. I couldn't see him either. I'm like, where did that rider go from here? Kim saying Rooster DNFs due to illness. She was ill before the race. I did read about that afterwards, Kim. I didn't know she was sick right before. Ooh, guys, even look at this here. Take a look at the profile now where we're climbing. Past, it's hard to read that name there. Huerta de Abajo. Here's our next 10 kilometers. 1, 2, 3%, so falls flatty, starts kicking up at the end. Technically, really not even on the... We're not even on the main climb yet. We're not even at the Category 1. This is the bump before the Category 1. And it's going to continue increasing. But yeah, she was sick before that race even started. Some folks were upset she took a spot from a healthy rider, but she is Movistar's number 1. That's what I saw. When I saw her at Girodone, I'm like, yeah, this is my style of rider. Kind of like... Instantly fell in love with her. Yeah, I'm just putting that in air quotes. I just looked at her and thought, yes, I like this. Strong cyclist. So when she crashed, I was like, what? That's who I was kind of rooting for. So my favorite for the race crashed out day 1. Also, stage 1 should always be a team time trial like the Giro. Yeah, I love the team time trial. I don't know why the Tour de France doesn't want that. Why they wanted to get away from it. I think in the past, it's just that certain teams were so dominant at it. But isn't that part of it? That's part of it to me. It's kind of like, I think now it's too much in favor of the climbers. Just my opinions, guys. So if you're a world-class climber, you can be terrible at the team time trial because you don't need to do it anymore at the Tour de France. If you want to win the Tour de France, don't even worry about your team time trialing ability because it's not important. But it is a crucial part of cycling. Yeah, the team time trial. Ooh, it does say we've lost another rider. So, guys, the Queen stage, tough day. It's actually brutally hot out there, too. Let's check out the weather here. I just noticed, too, this is a PCS Pro page. 32.5 degrees. They're saying max temperature now is forecast to be 35 degrees Celsius. So we're in that 95 degree Fahrenheit range. Climbing uphill all day. You've already raced 4 days straight. Welcome to pro cycling. All you've got to cool yourself down is some ice cubes jammed in some old used pantyhose down the back of your neck. Super high tech, guys. It still works. Yeah, I want to see more time trials. I want to see specifically more team time trials. Yeah, so, you know, Poggy took huge time. Well, it depends, right? Poggy's, you know, the best overall cyclist in the world. But let's say you're an incredible climber, but you're a terrible time trialist. That would just adds more dynamics to the race to me. Dawn's saying here, your live stream popped up on my feed for stage 1 at the Tour de France, and here we are. So yeah, Dawn's been here OG since the beginning. Watching the front right now, 2 decathlon riders on the front. Actually 4. There's the purple jersey. That's Leo Bissot. 3rd place on the road. Purple jersey at this race designates the leader. There's a 4th decathlon rider right behind Leo. And I think there might be a 5th there as well. We're now looking from the motorbike up to the helicopter camera. Let's go back to the helicopter so I can see who's here. Roads look kind of rough here, guys. These are not smooth paved, freshly paved asphalt. Yep, 5 decathlon riders in this group here. And there's the 6th. Feels stretched out nicely. Okay, dog's going nuts upstairs. That's the young dog deciding he's going to bark at everyone in the house. So Dawn's been here since stage 1 of the Tour de France. That's amazing. I'm going to pop down here, guys. Dream, they are disenfranchising for many types of riders. Exactly. You know, when you look at Pauline, you're like, okay, well, she's the world's best climber. We can't beat her, but there's no time trial where I can beat her. That's my point. How good would Pauline do at the time trial? Maybe she would do incredible, and hopefully she would. I'm just saying, give more dynamics to the race. And Tony's here, and types of simple fans like me, though I still watch every year. Dude, I love watching it. Tony, and there was years, 20 years straight, I didn't ride a bike. Outside of once or twice. 37 kilometers to go, guys. We still have almost 1,400 meters of climbing. Average speed 44.3 an hour. They are rocketing right now. UAE on the right-hand side of the road, Decathlon in the middle, Lidl Trek there as well, and Red Bull, Bora Hansgrohe. So the four big teams are at the front. Let's take a look at the actual GC. You're going to find out why that is real quick. Leo Bissot, first place overall for Decathlon. Pellizzari in second place. That's the Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe team. UAE is there for Isaac Del Toro. And Astana, they're the only team I don't see there at the moment. Just trying to get eyeballs on them right now. EF is really present too. EF Education, they got 5 riders here tucked on the left side, right behind UAE. So they're thinking stage win today. They don't have anyone in the top here. So top placed EF rider, looks like it's a rider, an Irish rider here, Archie Ryan. So this would be Archie Ryan. He's, that's not what I wanted to do. Archie Ryan over here. 19th place overall. Got a 9th place on day 1. So 19th, it puts him 2 minutes back though. Ooh, he is an ultra lightweight climber. Very pesky here. Okay, seeing some action at the front, guys. Someone's going off the front here. The 5 riders here, I think that's Nico Denz going for it. Nico Denz is attacking off the front. The 4 are reacting right now. Gets about a 10-15 meter gap. Team Pulte Visit Malta rider is doing all the work to pull him back. I'm pretty sure that's him. Euskadel sitting on the back. Burgos, Carlos Garcia Prunier is struggling to hang on to the back of this attack here. Pulte rider should pull him back. And, okay, I need to look at this, guys. Is that is a Bahrain rider, isn't it? Let me just jump back here, guys. Yes, it is a Bahrain rider. So, Pulte rider and the Bahrain rider doing all the work to pull this break back. Wow, and after all that work, the Pulte rider, Team Pulte Visit Malta, got blown out the back. Did all the work to pull it back and just got shelled out the back, guys. Hopefully that's going to show up right here quickly. Yep. Samuel Zaccarotto blown out the back. And as I was just saying here, seeing in the feed, Carlos Garcia was struggling to hang on. He's back there now. He's back. So we are on the climb right now, the first part of the climb. Uncategorized. So hopefully the Pulte rider gets back on for doing all that work to pull back the attack and then get dropped. Dream here. Kim, most of those upset fans are British Cat Ferguson fans. Okay, we're talking about Marlon Rooser going instead of a healthy rider. Okay, but yeah, Marlon Rooser is their number 1 rider. They were probably just hoping, which didn't work out. The Prince, 1976, the heat index now, Saudi Arabia, 52 degrees Celsius. Yeah, brutal. Brutal. Just for me, though, it's like Canada, because people would never think that. 49.6 or 49.7 degrees in Canada. That happened a few years back, and it was just this huge block of heat all over Western Canada. Part of the world where I live in Alberta, I'd say maybe 10% of the houses even have air conditioning. So when it hits, it's like, what? Are you kidding me? And good to see here. I'm watching on camera here too as it's going down. The Team Pulte rider did get back on. So got dropped. Did all the work to pull the brake back of Nico Denz. Bahrain rider sitting on his wheel. That's Matisse Passions. Carlos Garcia almost got dropped. Fought his way back on. The Pulte rider went out the back. Now just brought himself back. Took him about 2 minutes to get back on there. Yeah, 52. I'm going to pass. I will pass on 52. We're already getting like the start of fall temperatures here. I don't think it's that cold right now. Actually, it's heating up right now. We're 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're just over, I think we're 12 Celsius. That's 50 something. Low 50s. Perfect. Ooh, yeah. Everyone's getting in here now, guys. 55 people watching right now. Trying to catch up, guys. Kim, yeah, Rooser was sick on the last days of the Giro, so they were hoping 6 days later she would be good at the Tour de France. Yeah, that's what's crazy about it is that the Giro Donne was going on at the beginning of the men's Tour de France. It finished, they had a short rest time, and then they had to start doing Tour de France Femmes. Robert wanted to see Cat Ferguson go up against the big girls. Again, Carlos Garcia Prunier struggled to hang on. He's the climber when the big boys on the front put the power down. Remember before we were talking about different styles of riders? This is what we need to see. So on these kind of like flatter parts of the climb, Nico Denz can go to the front and smash huge watts. When you look at these riders side by side, Carlos Garcia Pernia is quite small. So Carlos Garcia Pernia here, 58 kilograms. He's 1.71 meters. He's not that tall, not that short either. And then you look at someone like Matty's Passions here, 1.88 meters tall, 75 kilograms. So for a cyclist, a big dude. That is still ultra lightweight compared to me. He's 44 pounds lighter than me. This dude is virtually the same height as me though. So ultra skinny. That's what I like to see. I like to see the different styles of riders. Looks like, oh, they're feeding there now. They're grabbing the musette bags there. I thought one rider was going at the front, just grabbing their feed bags. Time to attack, guys. Do an attack during the feed zone. And jumping back to the chat here, we got 50 people live now. Robert, this is from Dream. Kat Ferguson is not even in Romany next week. What is Moment to start doing? So, Dream, what's your guess on that? Why is Kat Ferguson not there? Nursing an injury we don't know about. Mexican Ozen 1465. Hello, amigo from Tokyo, Japan. Let's go, Isaac Del Toro. Dude, Mexican Ozen. Dude, thanks for your support of the channel yesterday and just being here every day right now. Told my wife all about the fact that you still have a place right there in Pedregal. Amazing, dude. Amazing. Dude, it's like our favorite part of the world. It's an easy getaway. Like I was telling people earlier, I jump on a plane in Calgary. I have an easy drive from my house to Calgary. Calgary's my hometown, essentially. Drive to the airport, get into the airport, super easy. Jump on a flight. 3 hours and 20 minutes later, I'm in Los Cabos. Any time of the year. Such an easy flight. Direct flight from Calgary. That's why I travel there. Other places, not direct. Don't want to go. Okay, we're going to close that down here. Let's close that there. So the time gap is increasing. Well, it says it was increasing there just for that 1 minute. But it's overall now at 1:58. Oh, some cool stats here. Cool stats here. Riders in this race. Okay, guys. Competitors with an ex-cyclist as a parent. So obviously, mom, dad was a cyclist. Obviously, the big one for me is probably Jean-Francois Bernard and Julien Bernard here. And also Arrieta, Igor Arrieta and Jose Luis Arrieta. Oscar Ferrer, there's also Marcos Ferrer. So this is Oscar Ferrer's son, right here, riding for UAE right now. He's 19 years old, dudes. 19 years old. Wow. Okay, guys, here is another awesome one. I love finding stuff like this on the fly. All this cool stats here. This dude is 19 years old, born in 2006, son of Oscar Ferrer. We just talked about him earlier. 2023, club level rider. 2024, club level rider. 2025 went to the Conti version of UAE. UAE said, hey dudes, we're calling you up to the big leagues. Get out of the minors. We're calling to the big leagues. And here he is. Here he is, guys. Right now, he has no specialty showing up because he's finally at a race where he's going to get some points towards it. Because all the other races have been too low down to get points. So that is so cool to see. So that's Marcos Ferrer. And why don't we take a little look back here at Oscar Ferrer? And here we go. We were talking about him earlier. What a champion. 49 years old now. 49 years old. World champion 3 times. Milan-San Remo 3 times. 7 stages at the Vuelta. 10 stages at Tirreno Adriatico. 4 at Tour de France. Like, do you think cycling runs in the genes? I think so. Rode mostly for Rabobank, Team Katusha. Yeah, awesome. Wow. Love those stats, guys. Love those stats. Okay, back to the race, guys. Still climbing the hill that's uncategorized. Still climbing the hill that's going to tear the peloton apart. All those big teams are on the front right now. And Mexicano's and dude, again, thank you so much for your support of the channel. Dude, how'd you get to Tokyo? Just kind of wondering. I thought about this yesterday. I'm like, dude, this guy must be, like, I don't know if he works there or... Tony C, as a non-cyclist, I would like to ask on a stage like today, do you know right now that you're having a good day to the end of the stage, or are you just having a good day at the moment with a chance of always dropping? Yeah, dude, I think they're always kind of thinking that. Everyone chime in on that. There's some riders that this is their stage. And again, okay, guys, remember earlier on I was saying about, I was kind of like, not trashing Tour de France fans, just my ideas for changing it. This is kind of like stage 8 or stage 9 of the FEMS race. All you got to do is, you just got to be really good today. If you're a climber and you can just hang with the front, today's your day. So it's kind of the same thing. Nico Dan's pushing hard on the front here. It's primarily Nico Dan's on the front and Matisse Passions for Bahrain Victorious. They're doing all the work on the front. Carlos Garcia is not comfortable with the pace. It is a climb, but it's not super steep, and these larger riders are putting out serious power. He is like thrashing his bike around. He's like, doesn't look really graceful on his bike right now. Okay, yeah, so Mexicanos in 1465 from Tokyo, dude, and by ways of, that's from boxing, by ways of Pedregal, Los Cabos. Okay, dude. Awesome. Dude, I love little things like that. So Mexicanos and married to a Japanese lady. I've been here 8 years. Dude, Tokyo. I would love to visit Tokyo, but I hate big cities. But it's the fact that it's so big, I would go and I would do all the weird stuff. I would go sleep in one of those capsule hotels. You know, it's kind of like even New York. I go, but I could not live there. I want to go and do all the funky, what do you call it? Oh, can't remember. The machines that dispense the food. I would live off the machines that dispense the food. I would spend a night at like a manga cafe. Not that I read manga, but have internet and live in a little cube for the day. Go use their little showers that they have. I watch too much YouTube, don't I? Okay, so Dream, why are they not bringing Kat Ferguson then? What's your guess? Yeah, and as Tony, I think some riders, this is their day. They're like, I need to be in the race, thereabouts, and destroy it on the last day. That's the risk, though. What if you think you feel really good and you get out there and you feel like garbage? I've done that even on my own bike rides inside. So a lot of times inside, I will use an old version of myself to race against on a course I know really well. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to thrash it today. And I put on Colin from last year. I put on 4 versions of myself if I have that many. I've done that before. And I think I was riding in Italy, a lake route, Lago di Garda, very famous climb. Very famous route around a lake. And in the first minute, I get dropped by the old version of Colin. It's like soul crushing. So yeah, you think you're going to be good and you're not. Okay, Dream here is saying because if Kat is there, she needs 1 or 2 other lead out riders to win a sprint stage, which would be less domestiques for Rooster and Rooster's country. So big, yeah, it's what are the intentions of the team? Do we want to win the GC or do we want to win stages? Guys, I saw something really cool. Where did I see it yesterday? When Poggy won his first tour, when he won his first tour against Roglic, what was that, 2020? Yeah, the time trial. You should take a look at his team from back then. He had Alexander Kristoff on his team. UAE's team had Alexander Kristoff on it. So they still had a sprinter there. They were still hunting for stage wins. Poggy's team was not designed really to help him win. It was kind of a mishmash of riders. So that's referring back to Dream's comments here. The team that's coming up for Tour Romandy is not really designed for Kat Ferguson. It would take too much away to bring her. Okay, Swoosh Kid here. I need to back up a little bit, guys. Again, dude, love all the support. Mexicanos in here, 1465. Thank you for the sticker here, the super sticker. That definitely helps the channel out. Yeah, so are you going for GC win? Are you going for sprint wins? You got to build your team around that. It's like Soudal. They want to win GCs. They don't really have a GC team for Remco. That's why Remco is now, she gone. He's gone. Moved over to Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. I'm going to try to say that right now. Looking at the front, we've only got 4 riders in the front. Zaccarato's been dropped again. He's kind of missing now on the situation board here. So he has been dropped just in the last minutes. Struggling to keep up. Nico Den's still on the front, driving hard, guys. Looking back at the video feed now it's getting into the fun part of the race. They're over the top of the little bump before the Category 1. It's a quick descent and then straight up a wall. 10% for 3 kilometers is very steep. Swoosh Kid liking this new aggression by Bora Hansgrohe. Uno X Mobility rider looks like he's having a mechanical at the worst place possible. Well, he's close to the top of the climb, so he should get over quick, descend, and possibly get back on real fast. Yep, it's showing up now. Mechanical problem for Dalby Simon, Uno X Mobility. Sorry, Simon Dalby. Okay. Yeah, Nico Denz at the front. So, again, satellite rider out front for Pellizzari coming up. Front right now is just being dominated by Red Bull, Decathlon, AG2R Le Mondial, and UAE. Again, though, I'm still seeing a smattering of EF riders right behind the UAE team. Lidl Trek riding strong behind UAE and Decathlon. Oh, Bahrain Victorious rider is out the back. We are on the descent, so this is going to show descending abilities here. He's trying to get back on. 4 riders in the front group. There's 3 10-meter gap back to the 1. He's going to get back on right here. Pretty sketchy descent here, guys. Very narrow roads. So high speeds. You don't have a lot of room to work with on the road. With the roads being so narrow, if you start drifting wide, you could run out of road real fast and have to get on the brakes real quick. Okay, they're grabbing bottles here over the top. Yep, so that video there, 26.7, 26.3. I got to make sure I'm actually live. That should refresh. Yep, 26.6. Okay, so I'm a couple hundred meters behind on that. Should get all caught up here pretty quick. Dreams here, which contradicts my Movistar critique, lol. They know what they're doing. There's no need to be many races after Tour de France. Okay, so yeah, Tour of Romandy, Swiss race. It is all about Marlon Rooster. She had, a very unfortunate Tour de France. They probably want her to go and win that. So that race team will be designed for her. Dawn, I agree. I love New York City, but I don't want to live there. I'm in the suburbs of New Jersey, but only 16 miles out of New York City. Yeah, so like I look at Tokyo, I think, holy crap, or Mexico City, and I'm like, but I would never, ever live there. Guys, I live way out in the country. I don't lock my doors. Ever. Yeah, if you want to come rob me, yeah, come rob me. I leave my front door wide open at night, even right now. It's open all night long. There's the little magnetic bug screen netting there in case one of the dogs wants to go out at night. My driveway is so long that if you were a criminal, I guarantee you would be horrified to drive down my driveway at 2 o'clock in the morning. It would be very intimidating. You'd be like, I don't know what's down there. It's lined with trees all the way. As you get further in, there's no way out. So this is going to be a horror movie. The robbers break in. They find out worst place to break into, bro. 3 riders up front. Matty's passion is trying to get back on. He's trying. Really struggling here. So we've already seen the Pulte rider get dropped. Matty's passion was, okay, he's back here now. On the descent, he struggles. Nico Denz is putting all the pressure on the front here. So later on down the road, Pellizzari is going to have a Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe rider out front to kind of work his way up to. You can see the profile here. This looks horrifying, doesn't it? Alta de Rosavientos, 3.3 kilometers at 9.6%. And that back end is just brutal. After 1.4 kilometers, it's over 10% all the way to the top. The front part, 6%. That brings us just under a 10% average. Oh my god, it's not that big. Mexicanos, dude, you make me laugh. It's not that big. We only have 39 million people. Yeah, the entire population of Canada. Is that the entire population of Tokyo? Like Greater Tokyo? 39 million? The machines are called Shokuen? Yeah, dude, they're called machines. I forget the name here. Me and Joey always find them late at night after casinos. We go to the casino at night or a concert. And after the show, whatever weird 80s band we've seen, she has to go spend $30 to $40 at the machines getting chocolate bars and pops and drinks. E Honda's asking me if he plays pachinko. That's a huge thing in Japan. Not really. Used to go to Las Vegas too much, so no more of that stuff. Yeah, dude, we used to go a lot. Vegas is just total rip off now. Total rip off. All the videos I'm seeing, which I don't know if I believe they're real or not, Vegas tourism is way down. Primarily Canadians. This whole tariff stuff has ticked off a lot of Canadians. Most people aren't aware in the States your number one visitors are Canadians. So, and a lot of Canadians are just like, no, not going. And besides that, Vegas is just ripping people off now. Like, oh, you stay at a resort? It's $40 to $50 a day now. Resort fee. What does that mean? You get Wi-Fi. That's all it means. You don't get free water. Water should be a standard. I'm in one of the hottest places in the world. I've wasted my time and money to come here. Attacks off the front of the peloton now, guys, is going. UAE is gone off the front 4 riders. The decathlon team is reacting. So Del Toro's team is heating things up, guys. They're going now. Red Bull rider going up the left-hand side of the road. Ooh. Chasing rider. Looks like a Grenadier rider there. Almost went off the side of the road in an acceleration. Sharp bend. And this is where they're climbing, almost going off the side of the road. So the peloton is absolutely lit up here now, guys. Yeah, riders are dropping. Oh, it was Jai Hindley. We talked about him earlier. I just told you guys. He's hanging out here preparing for La Vuelta. He attacked up the left-hand side. The Grenadier chased him and always went off the road. Jai Hindley looking good. Putting in a little test. And yeah, UAE is pulling. Front of the peloton is really strung out right now, guys. Really strung out. Still got our 4 riders in front. 2-minute gap. 1 rider somewhere in no man's land in between. UAE driving the front. Decathlon sitting right on their wheels. And it's starting to get strung out, guys. It's no more, 10, 12 riders wedged in across the road. Now it's down to 1s and 2s, dribbles and drabbles. The peloton is intact. Few little gaps opening now. Just slight gaps. 2 and 3 meters here and there. Ice bags coming out now. Euskadel rider grabs an ice bag. This is the front rider. This is Choman Juristi. Grabs the ice bag. Now he's grabbing a bottle. Ooh, hey guys, it looks steep here. I can tell by his cadence. Very steep here. Okay, E Honda. Reading that there. I have friends in Vegas. They tell me it is dry heat. Yeah, so it's a bonfire. Yeah, Tony Z. It's super dry there. Okay, so the peloton is just catching Zaccarato now. I think that's what his name. Yeah, Zaccarato Samuel. Just caught by the peloton. He's on their right-hand side. UAE 3 riders still driving up front. Guys, still have just over 23 kilometers to go here. Virtually all uphill. Well, shouldn't say that. We've got a huge descent coming up before we go uphill. That last climb is going to take a little bit of time to finish. Robert, we don't really know what kind of a rider Kat Ferguson will be, do we? She's still kind of a kid, climber, sprinter, GC. Okay, let me go here. Keep talking. I don't know who this dude is. Mexicanos, yes, here gambling is not legal. Okay. Yeah, we've got smaller casinos here, guys. We go to them all the time. I don't do any gambling. We go to the casinos because there's generally good concerts at the casinos. We go to the Grey Eagle in Calgary. See all sorts of bands from the 80s. We go to a lot of concerts, though. TTZ, keep talking. I'm almost finished. Yeah, TTT's up to something here watching. TTZ, I should say. Dude, where are you from? Kat is like Voss, and Voss on her younger years was a GC rider too. Kat is smaller. She can develop into a pure climber. Okay, so what's Kat's next race then? What's left for her to do this year? Where is Del Toro, amigo? Dude, he's going to be in that front peloton. There was 3 or 4. And having said that, it looks like there's a UAE rider going off the front right now. Just getting to the front of the decathlon group. So right now there is a UAE rider obviously thinking about doing something up front here. And then 3 or 4 decathlon riders. Is there any chance for Leo Bissot to defend this? If so, it would be a massive victory for decathlon. For Del Toro, it would be a great victory. But for decathlon, this would be like a gigantic win for this season. I mean, they do have other good riders. Felix Gall's on their team. He's a GC contender in the future here. Yeah, back to Matisse Passions again, struggling to hang on. He's always the rider dangling off the back here. Carlos Pena riding in third. I love it. The fans are out in force, guys. Flags out everywhere on these corners. Families are out. I see the Basque flags flying too. I love seeing the Basque flags out here. Yeah, this is a nice climb right here. This is a beauty of a climb. Quite alpine too up here. So we're coming into some different geography here now. It looks more like back home here. Less scrubby now. Lidl Trek on the front. Lidl Trek on the front. Decathlon UAE. That's who I expect to see here the whole time now. Astana, I'm not seeing them as much. They're also hard to identify from a distance. Okay, yeah, dude, Mexican Ozen. Del Toro's there. Just hiding. Carlos Pena, like, he has such a violent pedal stroke. Very lightweight rider. He needs to get out of his saddle. I'm watching the Lidl Trek riders out of the saddle. There's two of them at the front. Decathlon's there. UAE on the right-hand side right now. Just under 23 kilometers to go. One of the Lidl Trek riders just basically stops. Basically stops. Almost have to put his foot down. An attack by an EF rider here. An attack by an EF rider here. Let's have a quick look at this, guys. I want to see this. Here, I'm going to go back here quickly. Sorry, I'm in the wrong site right now. This EF rider here. Okay, we got Esteban Chavez here. Best place rider for EF is Archie Ryan. Rui Costa's here. Just the style of riding. I'm just going to have to figure out who this is here, guys. Multiple attacks in the peloton. Yeah, it's going off right now. Now only 3 riders in the front. So Matisse Passion did get dropped. It's Choman, Carlos, and Nico at the front. Okay, I'm just going to back up a bit here, guys. Tokyo and Saturn at 39. Dude, that's the population of Canada. The entire... I wonder how many Japans... Can someone do that for me? I love doing map stuff like this. How many Japans can you fit inside, let's say, Alberta? Someone can pull a map package of me. I'd love to know that right now. 39 people who all want to live together. That is a beautiful thing. Yeah, like air photos of it. Okay, who am I watching here? Bahrain Victorious rider off the front right now, being chased by that EF rider. We'll get some names here right away, guys. Nothing even showing up on the board. Actually, it was Archie Ryan going up the road. So he has gone on the attack. He's a minute behind the chase group. Peloton's right behind him. So the EF rider is Archie Ryan. He's their best place rider. There's a Bahrain Victorious rider ahead of him. Could this be Damiano Caruso again? Is this Damiano Caruso? I can't tell from here. I'm just seeing the blue, the whites. He is solidly on the attack. Archie Ryan will be pulled back by the peloton. They're almost on him now. Seeing a decathlon rider trying to get off the front too from the main bunch. So one decathlon rider going up ahead. Smart move by them. Where is the purple jersey? Looking for the purple jersey right now. Helicopter view here, guys. Purple jersey riding third place. I can tell by his green helmet. It's kind of a color combination you wouldn't expect. I actually like the decathlon kit. So his green helmet's helping me figure out who he is. Carlos Garcia Pernia now pushing the front as we get steeper and steeper here. To the top, he wants those... it's 16 points here, guys, for this climb. So this will absolutely lock up that for him. Nico Den's falling out the back too. I can see all 4 riders that were in that initial break together. They're all on screen together. Carlos Garcia Pena being the small, pesky, lightweight climbers at the front. Euskadi rider is going to go with them. He's a Basque. He wants to be there. He wants to be there. That's Choman Waristi here for the Euskadi team. See how many points they're going to get here? Big points here. I want to take a look at this here. Mountains. Let's take a look at the mountains right now. 36 points for Carlos Garcia. How many points does the other rider have? That would be interesting to know. Could there be something happening later today? Okay, let's just stick there, guys. Ooh, there he is now. This dude here, Afonso, and I can't say his name, Afonso E., the Portuguese rider, finished 3rd on stage 1. He's on the move too. So this rider here, this is the Bahrain rider. So this is the Bahrain rider here. They say he's a climber. So he's a climber GC guy, finished 3rd on stage 1. Okay, so now I know who's out there. Archie Ryan's out there. He's been caught. But the Bahrain rider looked like he actually had some distance on the peloton. It is saying 5 seconds right now. Two riders left at the front right now, the Euskadel rider and Carlos Garcia Pernia. Carlos looking back right now. Carlos is a Burgos BH rider, so this is a big deal for him here at his local race representing Burgos. Fans splashing water. Brutally hot here, guys. The Basque flags are flying. Carlos putting an attack right now. Having peaks back at the Euskadel rider. Curtis Odom here, heading to Tokyo in October. Dude, he's a traveler. Love it. Curtis gave me a lot of good info yesterday about Isaac Del Toro, how he got started in Ensenada, California. Kim saying Kat Ferguson does cyclocross too. Seems like having a cyclocross background is absolutely incredible. Wout, Mathieu van der Poel. Mexico, Tokyo's amazing. In normal days, it's very well organized. People respect everything. No noise. That's what I like about it too. It's a very... guys, look at the profile here between 125 and 138. That is horrifying. That last climb of the day. So 138.3, that's the full length of the stage. Seeing riders being blown out of the peloton now. Astana riders going out the back. I think there's a decathlon rider back there too. Guys are just barely hanging on back here. That last part, 11, 12, 13%. 14% at the very top. And it's insane. Starting at kilometer 134, we're basically above 10% all the way outside of a slight smidge of 7% there. So they are descending now. They are descending. Guys, I'm going to have a quick nature break before we get to the finish because this last climb is going to take a bit. Right back. Okay, riders, like I said, just a quick nature break here. Where are we? Over the top, category 1. Let me get the points here. Oh. Crash in the peloton, 3 riders, so that would be a slow speed crash uphill, I'm assuming. Unless it's... No, that might have been downhill here. Everyone's on the descent now. Let's get a little... Figure out where we are. Carlos Garcia Pernia in the front with Choman Waristi. Trying to get some points here. Got to figure that Carlos would have went hard for those points. I'll get to that. Then we got Matisse Passions is somewhere in no man's land. We still have Afonso from Portugal coming up here. Nico Den's probably fallen way back now. 49 seconds back to the peloton. So from the front to the back, it's 49 seconds. Yeah, that last profile here. Vote polls. That must have been the Astana rider I saw before, struggling to hold on in the peloton. Before I walked away, I said Astana riders were struggling to hold on. It's fun when a race goes past interesting rocks and you geo-geek on them. Yeah, I know, Robert, I know. I'm really into learning all about the mountains here. Again, I'm really fascinated by the Vuelta, all the cool climbs. There's so many climbs here that don't get the same respect that, say, Alpe d'Huez does or Mont Ventoux. The stuff here is just as hard, if not harder. So yeah, Robert, I will be getting more into that. Robert, I used to do that a lot on my Colin Explore rides over on Ruby. I do the ride, learn about the area, look at the rocks, get fascinated by them. Yeah, start to nerd out on them. 2 riders at the front, guys. Okay, he did get it. They are showing it here now. Results of the KOM sprint. Carlos Garcia Pernia got 16 points. Cholman Waristi gets 12. So at this point, Carlos Garcia Premier for Burgos BH has secured the King of the Mountains classification. All he has to do is finish the race. It does say that here, provided he finishes the race. We have heard of a crash. I don't know who that is yet. Dude, again, thank you so much here. EF Rider drops, so that was Fab Silent. Trying to figure out your name here. EF Rider dropped. Okay, I'm going to go back and figure that one out here pretty quick. James Anderson, dude, again, your support for my channel is beyond. Love it so much, dude. Thank you so much. Everyone give it a like if you can. If you are watching first time here, James has been following the channel for quite a while now and been super supportive of my channel. Gear up for Vuelta España. Right on, Colin. Thought I'd pop on and send you my support. Dude, thank you so much. Oh, Carlos Garcia goes off the road, guys. I'm not sure if he's a cyclocross rider, but he did his best there. Think he unclipped for a second. He just skittered wide around a road around the corner, and fortunately, there was a slight bit of grass there before dropping off. Here's the replay. Goes wide around the corner, just takes a bad corner. Actually locks up his back tire a little bit. Didn't unclip. Looked like his chain was coming off. Just rode right through it. So nice job there, dude. Yeah, James, again, dude, thank you so much. Thank you for helping my little channel out. Really appreciate that, dude. We will be doing full Vuelta coverage, guys. Ooh, Carlos Garcia Pernia is taking some horrible lines down this hill. Remember earlier how it said, provided he finishes the race with his KOM jersey? Yeah, provided he finishes the race. That's the second corner in the road. I've just watched him almost ride off again. And the feed from the timeline here, Carlos Garcia Pernia is struggling to hold on. And a third time he does it. He's off the road again, guys. He just skipped onto the grass there quickly. I think maybe he's a little bit frazzled right now. That's my guess. He's frazzled that he got dropped. And Matisse Passions is coming back on his wheel right now. So, again, let's generate races that provide a chance for all riders to excel. Yeah, it's a 5-second gap. It's 5 seconds only, but it's like scary downhill here. So, not his thing at all. James Anderson, dude, thank you again. Can't say it enough. Cannot say it enough. Oh, wow, Tony C. About 26 Japans can fit in Canada. Well, I would have thought it would be more than that. 2 Japans in Alberta. So Alberta has 5 million people. So you can fit 2 Japans with 39 million people in them. Well, there's 1 Japan. Half of Alberta has 39 million people. Half of Alberta would be 2.5 million people. So, yeah, sparsely populated. We can see the Euskadel rider up front. Matisse Pashes is going after. Carlos is getting back on now. Hopefully he's got a wheel to follow that will take him around the corners good. They're almost at the bottom now. Nico Denz is back, guys. So again, Nico Denz, satellite rider here for Pellizzari coming up. Guys, what do you guys think about Red Bull for next year? I think, to be honest, didn't really follow them that much. I knew Primoz is there, Lipowitz is there, so things are developing. 14 kilometers to go. I think Bora is going to be super impressive next year. Like, super impressive. Yeah, Nico Denz did get dropped, but he's back on now. He's back on. Sorry, guys, I'm a bit late here. This is Fab Cycling. Okay, so Fab's saying something here. I'm just trying to... Fab's got some good info here. Fab's saying, no, they aren't 2 riders 15 seconds in front. It should be all coming back together here. Like, they're not that far behind them. That's 13.7. So I'm about 500 meters behind on this video feed, so there might be a little bits of gaps. Ooh, 4 riders here. Someone's came up. There's a team car stopping. It's a UAE car, guys. UAE car is stopping right now on the road. Mechanic, full panic mode, almost falls down with the bike. Who is this for? Can't tell. The motorbike is stuck behind the car. They just pushed the rider. We're going to figure that all out. Bike change for Isaac Del Toro. Bike change. That's why the mechanic was in such a panic. I would be launching attacks left, right, and center right now. So we got Choman up front. Nico Denz in the second group. I knew he came back. Afonso is the Bahrain rider that caught up. Matisse Passion is Bahrain victorious rider. Carlos Garcia. So 3 of the front 4 are back together, plus Afonso from Portugal here, the Bahrain rider. Cholman Waristi is just off the front. Mexican Ozan is saying, I want to see a Hispanic on the podium. Well, it could be Isaac Del Toro. Isaac Del Toro, I got to say that right. Changing all the time. Nico Denz has now had a mechanical, so was in that chasing group, pulling back Choman. He's dragged his way back on the descent, got dropped on the climb, and then he has a mechanical. So obviously he's a better descender than he is a climber. He's a bigger rider. Isaac Del Toro trying to get back on right now. I wonder if they're going to send riders back for him. Fab Cycling here. Bora. Yeah. Okay, sorry guys. Burgos rider here. Chumil had a famous win earlier this year. Racing G in this area. Okay, Fab Cycling, where are you from, dude? Anyone else watching Tour de Poland? Dude, I kind of had it on earlier. I wanted to watch this one primarily just because it's kind of more of a lead-up raid for a Tour of Spain. Are there flat Earth geologists? Dude, I don't know. Dream, I don't know. I hope not. I hope not. Yeah, exactly. Fab Salon's got it here. That Carlos Garcia Pena was off the road at least 3 times. And so that's why I said if he finishes the course, just like what the feed said. Okay, it's saying the first chase group is back. They're all back together at the front, guys. All we're missing here is Nico Denz, and that's only because he had that mechanical. There should be 5 riders here. Nico Denz descended like a demon, got back on. Afonso was 5 seconds, sorry. Choman Waristi was 5 seconds up the road. Nico Denz has a mechanical. So he's out the back now. Del Toro is 55 seconds back. He's 24 seconds behind the peloton. Decathlon is on the front. I would absolutely be drilling it right now. This is your chance to beat Isaac Del Toro as a decathlon rider. This is your one and only chance. You have to go on the attack right now. Yes, Don high-fiving Mr. Anderson. Dude, Pro Cycling Manager video game, I do own it. I got a free copy last year through Israel Premier Tech. I won a copy through them. I also have a Xbox version. It's kind of a little bit tuned down. It's very detailed. You have to hire nutritionists, trainers, if you're into simulations. On the front right now, I'm seeing 2 riders. Carlos Garcia Pena, and it looks like the other Bahrain victorious rider who would have came up. This would be Afonso, who is a pure climber. It is Afonso, pure climber for Bahrain victorious. 2 riders out the back. The other Bahrain rider, Matisse Passions, and Choman Waristi. And we're going to get caught up with the chat, guys. Yeah, dude, I'm trying to catch up in the chat right now. Just trying. When I stepped away, nature break, I'm about 4 minutes behind on the chat. Tony here, he's calculating 39 people living in Japan. Oh, be like 248 million people living in Alberta. Yeah, no thanks. It's for Del Toro. Greetings from Bahama Land. Okay, dude, nice to know where you're from. So he's from the Bahamas, watching the racing. Dude, I'm caught up on the chat now, so everything new I should be able to catch up with. When I go away, I come back, and there's like 10 chats. Super hard to catch up. Yeah, this is insane. So okay, that's further. Between the peloton and Del Toro is 110 meters. So he's right there. Let's take a look at the stats here. Del Toro is with James Shaw for EF and Lucas Naruker for EF. Okay, I thought there was a crash there on screen. They're just showing a replay here. It is Decathlon just driving the front. They are catching. They just caught Matisse Passions right now. So they caught one of the Bahrain victorious riders. He's caught. Now they're saying Del Toro is in the back of the peloton. Yeah, I can see him on the left-hand side. He just got caught back into the peloton and is starting to work his way up now. Okay, Isaac, let's go, dude. Let's go. Joey Jojo is now in the mix, guys. Joey Jojo. She hasn't been in the mix for quite a while, guys. Everyone's been missing her. Yeah, that's a lot of people, Tony. That is a lot of people living in Alberta. Yeah, I think we're 5 million right now. Fabson's got the Arctic race in Norway going on too. Will Christoph get another home win? He got one yesterday. Yeah, he got one yesterday, dude. I was watching. I did stage 1 of the Arctic Tour. Not, whatever. It was a good race. I really liked it in the rain. Corbin Strong winning stage 1. Yesterday, I just couldn't do it. I had to get to town yesterday. So, all one we got left on the front now. It looks like Waristi's getting caught by the peloton. It's imminent. He's looking back now. Lidl Trek driving the front and decathlon. 4 decathlon riders there, including the race leader, Leo Bissot. We've got 2 riders left out front. They've only got like less than 30 seconds. So Choman Giaristi has just been caught by the peloton within the last 30 seconds. Bahrain rider here. Let's take a look at him. Afonso, pure climber, GC rider and climber. Got himself in good company here with Carlos Garcia Prina, GC rider and climber. That's his strong points, his specialities. Winner of the polka dot jersey. Again, as they said, as long as it stays upright, he shouldn't crash going up this climb, that's for sure. It's going to be a tough one. So we got a lead L rider sitting there. I'll tell you who that is in a second. Oh, Robert here. Christoph, very close to 100 pro wins, which is a big deal. Yeah, it's a huge deal. At a nice way. Yeah, I hope he makes it. We saw Poggy get his 100th win plus more during the tour. I think I mentioned yesterday. I also heard that there was a women's pro cyclist. So she's on 106, so like it is a big deal. I forget who that was. Maybe it was during the Tour de France Femmes. Yeah, Joey Jojo is up, guys. Fabson, decathlon, Lidl working at the front. Might catch the break. Yeah, it's down to 22 seconds now. Okay, so here we go. Riders pulling in front. Sander de Pestel, he was in the break yesterday or the day before. And Hector Alvarez for Lidl Trek. Take a look at Hector Alvarez here for Lidl Trek. 18 years old, dudes. This dude is 18 years old. So his current team is Lidl Trek Future Racing, so he's a continental level rider. He got called, again, here's another dude that got called up to the big leagues. So he's riding for Lidl Trek today. He's a Lidl Trek Future Racing rider, 18 years old. He just graduated school this year. That is insanity to me. What's also insane is he weighs 74 kilograms, and he's taller than me. He's 1.9 meters tall. Man, this dude's lean. Got some great results this year. Tour of Austria, Baloise Belgian Tour. Back to the race, guys. Got to keep watching this close now on this climb. Favorites for the race today based on the PCS game. Isaac Del Toro, far and away. They got Giulio Ciccone in second place. Egan Bernal, Michael Landa. So a lot of Landa fans later. Giulio Pellizzari. We saw Landa go on the attack yesterday. I don't think he really has much of a chance of being there, even though I love the dude. I got to think it's a Del Toro day, maybe a Pellizzari. These guys are going to get caught here. They've only got an 18-second gap now, and they got the whole peloton breathing down their neck. Average race pace, 42.5 kilometers an hour so far. Yeah, we still got a long ways to go here, guys. On the climb now. 7.4 kilometers to go. So technically, even though we're climbing, we haven't started Lagunas de Neila categorized section. It's only 6.4 kilometers long, the actual climb. However, we've been climbing the whole time. Fueling up, guys. Fueling up. Still got Pop-Tarts handy here, just in case. Because I need a hit of sugar. Front of the peloton looking very ragged now. Decathlon riders looking strong on the right-hand side. They're doing all the work at the front right now. Lidl sitting behind them. And look like a smattering of UAE riders over on the left-hand side of the road. Again, I'm always giving this to you from my point of view, looking at them. So just flip it around. Decathlon, exactly, dude. Decathlon is drilling it right now on the climb. I mean, all Leo has to do is just ride strong. He just has to ride strong. And again, actual GC, look at this dude. He's a climber. GC rider. He weighs 58 kilograms. 20 years old. If he hangs with those dudes, I think he's got such an explosive sprint he can drop them. I don't know what it'll be like on this steepness, because the last climb he dropped them on, it wasn't as steep. They probably weren't expecting it. They'll be more prepared today. So you can see here, very little separation right now. 17 seconds. This might only be like 100 meters at this point, depending on the gradient. Joey Jojo saying, everyone hit like and hit the bell, share the video, and let's get the word out for Vuelta España on the 23rd. I'll be in Vegas, so Colin won't have his number one fan here. You'll be watching from Vegas every day, I'm sure. So guys, I dropped Joey Jojo off at the airport late. Not late. early evening on the 22nd, which is a Friday. The La Vuelta starts bright and early the next morning. I will cover every second of La Vuelta this year, just like I did the Tour de France. I didn't miss 1 second of it. And the beauty of those races, every minute of the race is covered. So if it starts at 3:45 in the morning, guess what I'm doing? Afonso's going solo, guys. Afonso now knows they will come back. He has to get away now. He's just rolling the dice now. Let's go. One Liedel Trek rider just absolutely pulls off, not even pedaling anymore. Okay, so there goes Afonso. He's gone. Carlos Garcia doesn't look too panicked yet. Just pedals nicely here. Wonder what he's decided to do here. Might be just, I got to finish this race. We got the polka dot jersey. That's a big win for them. Yeah, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what happens in Mountain View County, Alberta, Canada, it happens there. Another Liedel Trek rider. Looks like they're just going to turn the jets off here. So one Trek rider on the front, then we got 4 decathlon riders. Decathlon has committed to going for the GC win here today. And there's no reason why they can't. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Decathlon, I'm all in. Team Bahrain rider going, yep, he's going solo. So Afonso's off the front. Carlos is, I think he's content that he's going to be caught by the peloton. It's only 10 seconds back. That attack by Afonso, very little chance of working. But the peloton might just say, you know what, dude? It's like, he is only 159 behind, though. So Afonso right now is 18th overall. Finished 3rd on day 1. Which so he stayed in 3rd place for the next 2 stages. He's dropped down to 18th overall. So he's willing to go all in. Actually, what's he doing next? Okay, it doesn't show his program yet coming up. How far to go now, guys? We have 5.1 to go, so we're now technically on the climb. I did want to show back here. Right here. Last arrivals on Lagunas de Neila was Demi Vollering. 2025, Stage 5 of Vuelta España Femenino. Here is the peloton now, just devouring Carlos. He's like, man, I won the polka dot jersey, though, for my team. That's a huge win for them here. Huge win. He dominated the climbing classification. Leo Bissot here, just getting a nice big drink of water. There are water pickups here, so they're all going for their bottles right now. 4 decathlon riders here. One looks like he's pulling off. So now we're down to 3 decathlon riders left. As soon as I know who they are, I'll tell you guys. So 2 decathlon riders sitting in front of Leo Bissot. 3 Trek riders there, kind of 2 behind, 1 on the very front of the peloton right now. Yeah, Joey's taking the girls to Vegas. Fab Salin from the Bahamas here, decathlon rider, took a feed at 5K, thought the kitchen was closed. The natural area here at Lagunas. Oh, and also glaciers at de Neila. Is that what that means? So there must be, snow up here quite a bit throughout the year. There's small lakes at the top of this area here, this natural area. We're going to see less and less trees real quick. They are climbing hard now, guys. It's the back end of this race that's brutal. Really brutal in the back end. So this is kind of the traditional finish for the Vuelta a Burgos. Attack by Esteban Chavez. Here he goes. I knew he was lurking. He's off the front right now. He must have been let out by another EF rider because I see an EF rider from the helicopter just pulling over. There's also Carlos Garcia Pruna is going straight through the peloton and getting punted out the back, guys. I think he's leaving for the day. He's got his jersey and that's it. He's worked hard. Esteban Chavez quickly on the attack for Colombia here. Esteban Chavez, number 51 for EF Education, 35 years old. Really, really, really good Palmares. Been around forever. Another guy that seems like he's been on the World Tour forever. So 1 rider out front, Esteban Chavez chasing, 6 seconds back to the peloton. Will this work? Probably not. But he's going for it. He's 27th overall, Esteban Chavez. I think we're going to see him at La Vuelta too. Let me just confirm that. Nope, it doesn't say yet. So that team has not been decided yet. T. Reuven's here. T. Reuven from Mauritius is in the house. Yep, so there was an EF attack. That was Esteban Chavez here. Fab Solon's watching real close. Liddell and Decathlon time trialing him back. Yeah, you can see the chasing peloton just hovering behind Esteban right now. And it's really, really fast, guys, on this climb. Really fast. The front end is single riders, one at a time. Riders just struggling at the back, trying to hold on here. Very narrow roads. Esteban out of the saddle. Well, I'm going to say it's just a few seconds. They're saying it's 14. I don't believe that. T-Roven. It's the type of climb that can create a lot of gap in a few kilometers. Oh, definitely. If you crack on one of these climbs, you could lose 5 minutes right here. Depending how hard you crack, it's so steep. Yep, this climb makes time separate the men from the boys. Exactly. So Alfonso is still going up front. 14 seconds to Esteban. Now they're saying, okay, that was the gap from Alfonso to Esteban. Sorry about that. It's 2 seconds to the peloton. Two Liddell riders on the front. I think I'm seeing a Movistar rider there and Leo Bissot's there. One Decathlon rider left with him, but he's not in front of him. So Decathlon is slowly starting to splinter here. Can they make this stick? Can they make it stick? I know we got a lot of Isaac Del Toro fans here. I'm a fan as well. Probably the entire future of UAE is on him. Whenever Poggy decides to do what he's going to do next. What do you guys think? Could we see Poggy retire sooner than expected? Okay, so Chavez has been caught. Poggy just needs a nice trip to Los Cabos. That's what he needs. Yeah, Chavez is cracked now. He's done. They've caught him. Guys, this is probably like all 10, 12% gradient here. I'm looking for a better detailed map. We had one earlier on, but I kind of want to watch you see it here. I mean, this detailed profile here is pretty horrifying. That's all vertical exaggeration, though. If you stretch that out, it wouldn't look so bad. 2 Lidl Trek riders going on. There is a Movistar rider there, and Leo Bissot for Decathlon. Astana rider behind him, that's got to be Lorenzo Fortunato. So now Leo Bissot is by himself. There's probably 10, 12 riders in the front GC peloton. Everyone else has been smashed, obliterated, annihilated. Watt bombs going off. It's an absolute Watt fest, folks. We have got a ring-a-ding-dong-dandy going off today here. Let's get it. Lidl Trek here, going for Ciccone. Movistar rider. Let me get eyeballs on this Movistar rider here for you. Again, I'm looking, shaky cam, looking at the Movistar rider here. Afonso still up front. Looking back down the climb. You can see the hardness of this climb, even in the camera. The peloton is like the next bend back from him, so he will be caught here. 3.3 kilometers to go. Insane. They're saying it's 16. It could be 16 seconds. It's so steep here. Even though they're only 100 meters behind, it is so steep here. This climb. I'm just going to put that there. Julien Bernard for Lidl Trek on the front. Son of Jean-Francois Bernard from the 80s. Bissot can win this. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, guys. I said that like when he took the lead. I'm like, this guy can win this. This guy is a climber. There isn't another counterattack coming. It is the Movistar rider. I was waiting for that one to come. Waiting for the attack by the Movistar rider. Going early. Who is this? Counter reaction here. Counterattack coming by someone. Hard to tell. It could be Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. That's probably Pellizzari right there. But who is the Movistar rider here? We're going to find out right away. Thank you, Fab Solon. Cepeda. Quite a climber. So Cepeda's going off the front. I know he's got 3 names. Yeah, there it is. Jefferson Alvaro Cepeda. Double last name, I should say. So he's off the front. I think it was Pellizzari who reacted. I'm going to say a 50-meter gap right now. And there's another attack going up the left-hand side. Oh, they're saying Pellizzari got dropped. So Pellizzari's been dropped out of the group. Riders are everywhere, guys. Riders are everywhere. So 10 seconds back from Afonso up front to Jefferson Alvaro Cepeda. He's catching him right now. There's a third rider on the course is a Lidl Trek rider. UAE rider coming now. That's got to be Isaac Del Toro. Isaac Del Toro fans. His very distinctive style from a He's very easy to tell from a distance. Reminds me, well, he doesn't remind me of Lorena Vibis. Let me just rephrase that. He's very easy to spot. So we got Cepeda here. They've just caught Afonso. There's Isaac Del Toro. Yep, here's our front group. Isaac Del Toro, Jefferson Alvaro Cepeda, Afonso, and Giulio Ciccone. So Bissot is gone now, guys. So Bissot's chance of winning are over. He was left by himself, though. And Pellizzari's gone now, too. So it looks like it's... Well, guys, here we go. Best place rider in this group is Isaac Del Toro. He's one of the best riders in the world. There's no way that Giulio Ciccone is going to make up a minute and 10 seconds on him. So 26-second backs for Isaac Del Toro. He's the GC on the road right now. I'm going to show you this right now. Here's the virtual GC as you can see it now. Okay, so they're still saying it's Leo Bissot because he's not that far back, but I think he's going to start cracking pretty hard right now. It just gets harder and harder at the top here. And we still got 2.6 kilometers to go. It's amazing, even though how fast they're climbing, how slowly we progress up the climb. Like, I think I said 5 minutes ago, it felt like I said it was 3.3. Obviously, it wasn't 5 minutes ago, but... So, acceleration by Del Toro. Ciccone's going to try to go with him. Yeah, that's the only two riders left. We have two riders in our front group, guys, just popping up now. Isaac Del Toro and Giulio Ciccone. So, Lidl Trek here is going for stage win. We've got the 21-year-old versus the 30-year-old. Giulio Ciccone, 30 years old. Going to the Vuelta soon, guys. Isaac Del Toro is not going to the Vuelta. He is 21 years old. 9-year age gap here. Could be a really nice finish. Looking back, I am seeing Fortunato. I saw the Astana rider on the front. And wow, 7 seconds back. There's Leo Bissot. So it's not over yet, guys. Egan Bernal is in that group too. The return of Egan Bernal, guys. I love seeing this. So can that group of 5 pull them back? Damien Howson there as well. Damien Howson there for Q36.5. GC rider. Just on a really hot day there for him. It's hot and he's on a hot day. 30 seconds back, that's where we got Giulio Pellizzari and Michael Landa. So unfortunate for Pellizzari. His dreams of winning today are now over. I think, can we see this group of 5 work their way back to these two up front? Isaac Del Toro on the front now. So we're just going to hover here. Now they're saying that Bissot has been dropped by the first chase group, so I think he's out of that group. So, yep, it's showing up now. So he came back, got into the first chasing group, and has been punted out again. Ooh, yeah, guys, the video footage. I know Fab Song's watching this. Insanity, this climb. This is a tough climb. Yeah, I was hoping for Bissot to win just because he's a young dude. No one's talked about him. He wasn't mentioned before the race to win. Smaller team. Isaac Del Toro having a little look back at Ciccone here. Actually, you know what? Fortunato is dragging the other riders back up. If Bissot could have hung on, they're like right there on them. There's only 4 or 5 seconds separating them. On this climb, a 12% gradient, 4 or 5 seconds might be 20 meters. They're that close. Movistar rider now fading fast. So the chasing group here, it is showing 5 riders. They're not showing all the riders here. Someone's got back on. 2 Bahrain riders here. There might have been 3 for a while. Okay, I'm going to figure this out here, guys. That's 1.8 there, 1.7 there. Okay, we're still looking good. So 2 riders up front, Isaac Del Toro, Ciccone. It's got Bernal, Lorenzo Fortunato, and Damien Howson in his second group. That's who I'm seeing here. Here's the Astana rider, Egan Bernal and Damien Howson. Third group back would be Leo Bissot. That's 26 seconds back from the front, guys. So if you look at the virtual GC right now, Del Toro should be in the lead. Actually, Del Toro's not in the lead yet. He's on same time right now. He is on the same time. That's insanity. There will be time bonuses probably at the top too, guys. I didn't look at that earlier. There's green jersey points. Just keep it on. So Bissot finds himself in a group of 5 riders here. That's what I'm seeing here. 5 riders, Bissot, Johannes Koolset, who's in 5th place overall. Johannes Koolset here for Uno X, a great ride for them. Diego Pescador for Bahrain. Jefferson Alvaro Cepeda for Bahrain. Giovanni Oletti, he's placed well as, of course, here he's only 40 seconds behind. Head-to-head, last time they met, Ciccone and Del Toro. Del Toro's won 16 times out of 20. So going into this race, Del Toro was far and away the favorite. Looks like that's the way the cookie's going to crumble, folks. At the finish, there are time bonuses, 10, 6, and 4 seconds. Ooh, this could be really close, guys. This could be really close. It all depends how Bissau can hang on. He's 26 seconds ahead of Del Toro. He's 31 seconds behind on the road. So he's only technically 5 seconds behind right now. Del Toro definitely needs a time bonus. He can't allow Bissau to come back either. My guess is that Bissau is going to slowly fade and Del Toro is going to maintain his strength. So those guys need to kind of start working with him there. Here it looks like Pellizzari's coming back right now. Leo will lose the yellow today, yep. And Del Toro and Ciccone, 14 seconds at the front. Yeah, it's saying 18 seconds now. I got 18 seconds here going into the final kilometer, which is going to take a little bit here, guys. Del Toro, the Prince here saying Del Toro will be in the win. It all depends how far Leo Bissau finishes back. If you look at the virtual classifications right now, okay, Del Toro's in front now by 7 seconds over Leo Bissau. So he will get a 10-second time bonus when he wins. That would be Del Toro. If Bissau can make some kind of recovery and pull back to within 10 seconds, he could possibly still hold it. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Bissau is going to just slowly fade here. That's what we're seeing. Now we're back to 33 seconds with Del Toro, Isaac Del Toro, and Giulio Ciccone. I'm sure Ciccone's really going to want to get the sprint win here, guys. So I'm going to start watching this closer here now, guys. Ciccone is attacking now. Watching the attack by Ciccone. Quickly puts in 10 meters into Del Toro. Del Toro looks comfortable here. In the saddle, doesn't get out of the saddle once. Ciccone looks back. Dude, Ciccone, you need to attack again now. You need to attack again. 800 meters to go, guys. 800 meters to go. It's probably now out to 15 meters, showing a quick replay of the attack. Ciccone goes by him. Del Toro makes no reaction. He doesn't need to. He does not need to react here. It's a 5-second gap now between Ciccone and Del Toro. 19 seconds back to Egan Bernal. Really impressed by Egan Bernal here. Lorenzo Fortunato as well. We've got a Norwegian rider here, Torstein Train. The last victory for Giulio Ciccone was 7 days ago. 7 or 6? I thought it was last Sunday. San Sebastian Classic. Looks like Ciccone is riding away, guys. Ciccone is riding away. Will Del Toro make a counterattack here to bring it back? So yeah, there's quite a big gap now to the Bissau group. It's 47 seconds now. So at this point now, virtually Del Toro now has a 16-second gap over Leo Bissau. Will get time points at the top too, so that's going to definitely secure it. It's so close to the finish. These guys are going to power through now. Under 500 meters. Ciccone going for the stage win here. He probably deserves it. Day one, it was Isaac Del Toro's crash and his hand going under Giulio Ciccone's front wheel that made Ciccone lose apparently 1 minute and 20 seconds on day one, whereas Del Toro lost 11 seconds on day one. So, kind of very unfortunate for Ciccone. I think it would have been a lot closer of a battle. Del Toro just riding comfortably behind him. I don't think he's chasing that hard. He's just keeping that 5-second gap. They're into the barriers now, guys. Looks like the barriers probably start at 400 meters. Again, this is all 12, 13%. Fortunato is just in the distance, guys. I can just see Fortunato there and a second rider. Looks like a Bahrain Victorious rider. So, Fortunato for Astana. That would be Torsten Treen here. This would be Torsten Treen for Bahrain Victorious. I see in the distance. Del Toro coming up now. Here comes Giulio Ciccone for a stage win. Could have been a lot different this race if he wouldn't have crashed day one. Yeah, Del Toro's just chasing him. They're saying it's only a 5-second gap between Ciccone and Del Toro. Just going to have a little look here. I'll tell you what I think it is. No chase will happen. Liddell for the win here. Yeah, and again, so at the crash that Del Toro unfortunately caused day one, he took down Ciccone, and Ciccone stood around for like 1 minute and 10 seconds apparently before he got back on his bike. It's going to be under 10 seconds back to Del Toro here. They got him at 9 seconds back. Then I think Fortunato will be coming in next. I'm at the finish line here. Quick turn off here at the finish. I think there's a very small parking area up here. Third place, Fortunato coming in right now. That's who I'm seeing. Fortunato comes in 26 seconds back. Here comes fourth place. Bahrain rider, I think that's Torsten Train. Fifth and sixth come in. Missed those riders. Seventh would be the Movistar rider. Yeah, so if Leo Bissot would have been able to claw his way back or just stay with Del Toro and Ciccone, he would have had a chance here, but too much of a time gap now. He was 26 seconds ahead overall. We're already at a minute back. He just crosses now at 55 seconds back. So he's going to lose by 20 seconds plus 19 seconds plus the time gap, I think. So he's going to lose by 25 seconds to Del Toro, I believe, at the end. Overall, great performance by Leo Bissot, though, as a 20-year-old. On decathlon, small team. So let's just get some stats here, guys. We're going to hang out for a bit. Okay, they're finished. Yay for Ciccone. Yeah, I agree too. Ciccone first. Isaac Del Toro second. Third for Fortunato from the Prince here. Yeah, Del Toro double-handedly took out Ciccone. His hand, when he crashed, guys, I keep joking about I'm calling it the new hand of God. Ciccone has 13 career wins, so he's on his ways, guys. I don't know if he'll get to 100. He's got a ways to go now. Looks pretty good at the finish line here. There's a Soudal rider just sitting over his shoulder. I wonder who that is. There's a Team Pulte rider there as well. I think a bunch of riders just came flying across the finish line here. Let's look at the results so far, if we can see them for the stage. So Julius Ciccone in first. Del Toro, not showing me time gaps here. Lorenzo Fortunato. Then we saw Torsten Train for Bahrain victorious. Damian Howson, great job for Q36.5. Egan Bernal is there, man. He's there. Giulio Pellizzari. Max Vandermeulen. Jose Maria Garcia for Beliers. Continental. Oh, they didn't finish. Sorry, guys. These are the riders that, yeah, ignore that. 7 riders withdrew today from the race early on. So they've only got 7 across the finish line right now. That's the stage. What about the GC? So they've just given first place to Isaac Del Toro. No other time gaps right now. Back to the stage, though. So let's look here. Isaac was 10 behind. I thought it was 9. Leo Bissot here didn't show up in the top 10. 11th place, 55 seconds back. He was 26 seconds ahead of Del Toro at the start of the day. And Del Toro gets... So it was first Isaac Del Toro, second place Lorenzo Fortunato at 19, Leo Bissot at 25. I think I said that earlier. Leo Bissot at 25 seconds back because he did have a lead going into the day. Man, anything could have happened there. If Del Toro would have cracked a little bit harder, and he did look tired at the end. He's done a lot of racing lately. Maybe they need to dial him back a little bit, which I think they are. That's why he's not going to La Vuelta. But yeah, stage 1, when Del Toro crashed, he took down Ciccone, the hand of God, the new hand of God. His hands were actually ran over. So here's Del Toro finishing. He doesn't look dead, but he didn't have the energy of the counterattack, or maybe he didn't care. Wow, huge rock outcroppings here. People are tented right up to the edge of the rocks. That must be like the finish line area. And then almost like a little lighthouse structure on top of the rocks, which is probably a fire lookout, I would assume. Del Toro coming around the bend again, looks back, has one last look back at Del Toro. Already celebrating well before the finish line. Kind of a fist pump / 5 fingers in the air, an OK symbol. I guess for him, he's redeemed his Vuelta at Burgos. After stage 1, that's what you get. Let's see if we got more results here. I'll go back to the live stats here and see if we got the GC better over here at the actual GC. Final. Okay, so that's not correct. This was at the start of the day, guys. They haven't put the final one on there yet. But Isaac Del Toro wins that one overall, guys. 96% of the fantasy players chose Isaac Del Toro to win the stage. Oh, and the team for their final GC. Yeah, so UAE, the most dominant team out there right now, guys. Awesome, guys. That was the fifth stage of Vuelta a Burgos. I loved it. I will definitely do that race again. I think that's a race that doesn't get enough credit for how good it is. 5 days. There's all these fantastic races after the Tour de France leading up to La Vuelta. Appreciate you being here. And if you're brand new to the channel, please like the channel on the way out. Subscribe if you would like. Drop some comments. And come back for the next race. I'll probably be doing something this week, guys. 100% I'll be doing something this week. Whether it be the Tour of Denmark, Tour of Romandy will be next weekend. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I want to do a Vuelta live stream preview. So everyone just jumps into the stream. We talk about La Vuelta. We go through the route. See how awesome the climbs are there and how tough of a race is going to be.